Alright. Check 1, 2, check 1, 2. Mic looks good, and I think everything else is fine. Anyway, hey everyone, welcome back to another stream, another Girls Frontline 1 stream. I think today we're gonna try to finish the main story, or at least the event story, because this is freaking long, and we have another event happening in Girls Frontline 2 next week, so we gotta wrap this up. Otherwise, we're gonna be like running into Girls Frontline 2 stuff next week. But I gotta say, the story here in Girls Frontline 1, very long, very complicated, and not gonna lie, I get extremely lost super easily. I'm not sure if anyone else is kind of like that, but I kind of sort of was. Hopefully I can get things straightened up here. Oh, I guess everyone came back from an expedition. Welcome back, and now goodbye again. Hey Blue Philly, welcome. So we're gonna try to finish the event here today, because we have Girls Frontline 2 next week, and I'm kind of not sure if we'll be able to finish in time, so we might go into overtime just a little bit. We got, I think, 14 more of these nodes to go through, and I don't know if it counts these Sana chapters. We did one Sana chapter, and there's another Sana chapter that showed up. I don't know who Sana is. I don't know what the significance of her is in this story, but she's there, and so I guess we gotta go through it. It does count. I'm assuming the battle nodes also count wherever they show up. Yeah, we did this one already. So I think the Sana chapters are a little bit on the shorter side, so I think I want to start off with those two to warm up. So let me try to remember what happened to Sana here. Do we have notes on Sana? No, these are districts of parts of the game. I guess we have a glossary keyword now. That I don't remember that used to be a thing. Okay. All I remember about Sana is this girl who used to be from the US, apparently, before all hell broke loose. And she supposedly willingly went with her mother off to the Neo-Soviet Union. Right, because the Neo-Soviet Union existed around this time, and I guess this was also before World War III, supposedly. So I don't know why we're focusing so much on Sana, though. This 6-year-old little girl who, for some reason, we are hyper-focusing on. But we are gonna go to check out Chapter 2 of Sana and see what's going on over here. Yeah, we're just gonna go right into this, because, like I said, this is gonna be a fairly long stream. The event is fairly long anyway, and I guess I can't really finish. I have to finish this today anyway, because there's 2 days and 8 hours left in this event. Holy crap! I did not realize that. We're cutting it very close here, so may as well we need to do it today. All right, let's go do it. Sana is cute, and Sana is probably gonna die, or if she's not gonna die, she's already dead by now. File number something decrypting. Beep. A surveillance footage from Beslan Primary School number 6 starts playing. Sana, it's already 1835. I told your mother to come to the meeting at 1800, didn't I? Sorry, Mama's very busy with work. Doesn't your mother work as a teacher at high school number 1? I have friends there, and they've all got off work by now. Does... Sana sits obediently on the chair, staring at her toes without saying a word. The teacher sighs and puts down the communicator that no one has picked up despite countless calls. I don't think this is Sana's fault to whether her mom shows up or not. Something's definitely sus with the mom. I mean, the dad said so in the previous chapter. But she went with her mom willingly? So we'll see what that's about. Other than seeing your mother briefly at the start of the semester, we haven't seen her since. I do understand how hard it is to be a single parent and a teacher. That said, school arrangements still need to be respected. Nothing Sana can do, Teach. I don't know what you want her to do. I've heard that instead of paying attention to top-performing students, your mother seems more invested in the ones at the bottom of the class. Oh, why would that be? If only she'd spare herself even half that attention for you. The teacher opens a thin notebook in front of her. Since your parent isn't here, I'll have to speak with you directly. I'll write a note for your mother later. Make sure to tell her that the school board is very displeased with her repeated absences from parent meetings. Okay. Sana, you've picked up Russian very quickly. You don't seem to have any trouble with classes or daily conversation now. Your Russian compositions this term were excellent. The Russian teachers specifically asked me to commend you. Okay, so she's doing well in school. Thank you. Hey Tactician Chance, welcome, welcome. We're getting straight into the event here. Because not only do we have an event in Girls Frontline 2 next week, this one is ending in 2 days. So, we gotta finish. All your grades this term are A's. Very impressive. And now we're looking into this little girl named Sana for some odd reason. Far removed from anything that we're currently doing somehow. Especially your math. You scored full marks. However, you scored 0 for physical education. How? The PE teacher says you missed every group training session. How? You're too withdrawn. Several classmates have told me that you're very aloof, always keeping to yourself, and that you're never around during group activities. You can't live in your own little world forever. Next semester, try to be more outgoing and make some friends. But... Sana, who has kept her head down the whole time, lifts it in frustration and looks at the teacher across from her. They don't like me. Ah, is that so? Whenever I go near them, they call me filthy American spy. Right, okay. Sometimes when I walk past them, they shove me away really hard. Does the teacher not know about any of these supposed bullyings? The teacher raises her eyebrows slightly, then quickly flips a page to cover Sana's barely audible voice. There's no more to discuss. That'll be all for today. Okay, thank you, teacher. Wow, she perked up really quite a bit there. Like a wind-up toy, Sana, who looked like she was about to cry just moments ago, suddenly springs out of her seat, slings her backpack on, and rushes for the door. Your mother hasn't come to pick you up yet. Where are you going? I'm going to Anna's house. Who is Anna? Do we get to see part 3 of this Sana adventure? Okay, no, there's no part 3 to Sana adventure. Okay, back to the main story. Where are we at right here? Okay, as far as I can tell, there's a few different sets of people in the main story for this event. We have Paradeus, as usual, doing Paradeus stuff. That's basically all I can say about that one, because who knows what the heck those guys are up to. Then we have the Commander's group, kind of, sort of. The Commander is doing his own thing, but he's also helping this girl named Nell, who showed up from a previous event, who was under... supposedly a really, really well-known scientist, I guess, medical scientist, who also did lectures at a college around in Frankfurt, I suppose. And said teacher slash scientist slash mentor was quietly replaced into a Naito one day. No one knew when that happened, but it just happened, and eventually I think we killed said Naito, Dr. Gray, and now she's trying to bring Dr. Gray back to life. Yeah, okay, not sure how you're gonna do that, but that's what Nell is trying to do, and she's recruited help from an old friend to help her do it. That part I kind of remember. And then we also have Jay, one of I guess he's an I don't know if it's an ex-Stasi member right now, or he's still with a Stasi, but for some reason not over there. I'm not quite sure what the story behind that is. I think it might have been mentioned in the very, very long comment in one of the in the previous stream. I just haven't remembered all of that yet, but for some reason, Nell has him in custody, handcuffed even, kinky, and I guess he's trying to get back to the Stasi, but for some reason, if he goes back right away, he's probably gonna get killed or worse. I don't know exactly what's happening there. So for some reason, he's there. Not sure what we're gonna do with him. And the Stasi itself is doing things. Not exactly sure what they're doing, to be honest. That's as far as I can remember from last time. And also there's this very, very surface thing from before where legislation and whatnot is supposedly trying to be passed in Frankfurt, maybe? Not Frankfurt, in Germany, I guess. Regarding dolls, trying to limit doll freedom or whatnot because of a previous incident in a previous event where Defy was involved. So there was that stuff. But yeah, I think the more important thing right now is we're trying to Nell is trying to bring Dr. Gray back to life and hopefully get her back to her right mind. But technically also dead. But also technically a Naito, so maybe you can implant something in Naito brain and bring them back that way. I don't remember how much of a Naito is organic and not inorganic, but we're gonna ignore that. We're gonna ignore that and the time that has passed since then and now, and maybe Dr. Gray is not quite decomposing fully. So yeah. Also, we gotta have an excuse to roll her in the coalition gotcha, so there's that too. Anyway, let's see what we're up to here. This is literally the Elmo from Girls Frontline 2, except crunched down for Girls Frontline 1. I have seen this room way too many times. I'm a little bit surprised to see it here. Did they actually use this in previous events, or is this the first time they've used this? Because this is a way too familiar scene for anyone who's played Girls Frontline 2. They have a neurocognition, so they have something like a neurocloud for dolls for Naitos. Yeah, it's a little bit different than an actual neurocloud. Anyway, we're on board the Elmo. Technically, the Elmo has been around for a very, very long time, but seeing this after Girls Frontline 2, just it's a little surprising. It looks exactly the same. Oh, they showed even before Girls Frontline 2, so this is actually what the Elmo looks like, and we just transferred this from here to Girls Frontline 2. Interesting. It just takes me back a little bit. Because I wasn't expecting to see this same exact scene and back in the Elmo. The long silent mobile-based vehicle is finally filled with its usual bustle once more. Oh hey, yeah, I guess the commander got the Elmo back. The Elmo was apparently confiscated by the Stasi for who knows what reason. And they just quietly gave it back. With supplies even. Kinda sus, but also, why? Whatever, we got it back somehow. Commander, we have completed the handover and are now conducting the final security checks on the Elmo. Right, be extra careful. Oh, I guess Commander's not here yet. That was comms. AR-18 walks over to the control terminal and nods at row 635, who is next to her. Don't let down your guard. Inspect everything that the Stasi might have touched thoroughly. Got it. We're finally back, and you were left, and hopefully we get you back again, Sapo. That's all I'm hoping for. Sop 2's elated shriek interrupts the group's quiet restraint. Watching her run off into the distance, row 635 can only gesture helplessly for Star to follow her. I'm gonna keep calling her Star. It's just easier. Back in the command room, AR-18 activates the Elmo's control system and begins a search through the logs of recent activities such as browsing history and hacking attempts. Commander, the Stasi tried to breach the Elmo's systems, but they didn't fully succeed. Aside from logistical data like the driving logs, maintenance records, and supply inventory, no classified intel was compromised. Good. What about the dolls that were left on board for repairs? One moment, please. I'll need to contact Ro about this. Ro, have you reached the repair bay? Yes, we had locked down the repair bay with a system override before we left. There were traces of attempted tampering here too, but they failed. It looks like the Stasi then cut power to the entire maintenance area. It only just got restored. Those Stasi agents are the worst. Not only do they see someone else's MBV by force, they even rifle through everything like a bunch of thieves. Were the dolls harmed? No, they just had their repairs paused. Repairs have now resumed. Also, there's a batch of general-purpose doll parts sitting here. Probably left behind by the Stasi. Burn them. Burn them all. Don't think that makes up for anything. Let me check what's in that stash first. The doll part expert. Yeah, she would know. It's fine as long as the dolls are okay. Speed up the repair process. Yes, Commander. We'll continue with Elmo's repairs and diagnostics. Dang. At least Mei Ling isn't here. Mei Ling is 10 years younger or something. Around this time and nowhere near this place. Yeah, and keep an eye out. The Stasi may have planted some bugs. AR-18 continues rebooting all dormant systems. Soon the Elmo's lights, ventilation, water, and power are all functioning normally again. That is until she noticed a doll who should have woken up long ago still lying there, eyes closed, pretending to be asleep. System prompt, initiate high voltage wake up protocol again? Dang, that almost looks like sextants for a moment. But it's not. Colt Walker. I see. The Colt revolver. And she, well, under boob is definitely a thing, especially with dolls. Wouldn't be the first one in this event. Dang, I forgot how much drip the dolls used to have back then. I like this drip, not too bad, not super great to be honest. But coat over the shoulders, always nice. Longitudinal strain event doll. This one? I see. Oh my, is it showtime for me? I did wake you up just to have you sit there and watch. Clearly having just come out of a long, comfortable sleep, Colt Walker stretches and strolls over lazily. I need you to take charge of the signal support team and reboot the Aeneas conference room. Jumping straight into the deep end, huh? I'll assist you in maintaining the Aeneas conference room. From now on, all communications will go through it. Do you understand? Yeah, Griffin's meals really don't come for free, huh? Colt Walker grumbles under her breath, but she still starts working on rebooting the conference room channel. Once all systems are up and running smoothly, AR-18 opens the Elmo's navigation control panel. After masking its signal and travel route, the Elmo quietly disappears into the morning fog. Sometime later... Commander, we have reached our target destination. I can confirm that all tracking signals have been lost. The diagnostics on the Elmo are also complete. The Stasi hasn't left anything else behind. Copy that. I'm at the emergency exit. AR-18 opens the door to the passage near the commander. A few minutes later, a set of familiar footsteps echo through the ops room. I'm back. Commander, everything is in place. Shall we begin the conference now? One sec. The commander walks over to the coffee machine and eagerly pulls himself an Elmo special brew. Wow, we have the special brew all the way since back then. Just need my coffee before we get this conference started. Returning to their usual seat with the coffee in hand, the commander unlocks a tactical command terminal via its automatic facial recognition feature. There, now it really feels like I'm back on the Elmo. The Anus conference room has been rebooted and it's ready whenever you are. Right. I performed some upgrades to the conference room. You can now issue commands to all Griffin dolls through the channel. Great, then let's begin. In Heb's villa, Heb? I don't know, no, still don't have any idea how to pronounce that. Heb opens her wine cabinet. Her long and slender index finger brushes over bottles of carefully curated vintage wine. Oh, right, she's one of the Naito ladies? I don't know too much about her, to be honest. Still a fan of Romani Conti? Lounging comfortably on the soft leather sofa, Styx rolls over lazily. Pour me a glass. Yours is always the richest. What you usually drink is far more luxurious than anything I have here. Heb takes out 2 wine glasses and a bottle of red, pours the crimson liquid and brings it up to Styx's lips. Come now, sister, don't say that. I've heard all about how extravagant Pandora can be. They say Benatal even had a vintage-style sailing ship custom-built for one of your promotional tours. They say it was for me, but really, it was just a floating billboard. They plastered the logo everywhere, hoping it'd promote their new product line on the side. I have no idea who you two are, but I just know you're Naito-related. Heb was introduced in a previous event, not so much information. Gotcha. Anything about Styx then? Doesn't matter where you are. Everyone's chasing their own interest, even if they wave the same banners. The 2 wine glasses meet with a pleasant clink. Indeed, last time we parted ways, we were still worrying whether we could pull it off. Who would have thought neither the German brass nor Pandora can match Paradeus in coordination and execution? Last time we parted, it's hard to believe that's already been years. We've never seen each other again since we left Avernus. Other than that she killed 416 is very powerful in electronic warfare. Oh dang. So she's actually a Naito? And 416 died? Well, I guess she's back. I guess 416 eventually gets better, but still. Yeah. Back then, only the 2 of us made it through the baptism. The Paradeus today is nothing like what it used to be. Styx refills both of their glasses. Okay, so they're both Naito-ish. Or at least Paradeus related. So, sister, what insight could you provide into the current Paradeus? Wouldn't call it insight, but it feels like nothing coming out of Paradeus these days is of any real use. Namran seems rather troubled by that. Hey, she's responsible for the problem. With that kind of authority, she can't expect to avoid the accountability. But I am curious what she plans to do next. And what about you, sister? What's your plan? Same as always. The two quietly sipped the lush, aromatic wine. It's almost time to close the net. I know, the coronation storm. Have you thought about the celebration afterward? What? Planning to buy a lottery ticket this early? I just think the spots are limited. So you're hoping to get some credit at the last second. But it's not my time to act just yet. In fact, I hope things don't move too fast. I'd hate for it all to be over before we even get to show up in our finest. Honestly, I'm getting tired of this body. I just want it all to be over, preferably without me having to lift a finger. So even within Paradeus, there are some people who are trying to do some shady stuff in it. So from what I'm understanding, there's Nemron, and then there is these two, and then there's Mordo. Even within Paradeus, things are like kind of wacky as far as who's doing what. And William, I guess he doesn't care about any of that. They all care about him, I think. Anya's conference room activated. The commander delegates access permissions to all dolls participating in the operation. Welcome to the Anya's conference room, everyone. From this point forward, all mission orders and intelligence updates will be issued here. The commander gestures for AR-18 to project the map of Frankfurt into the room. Several flashing red dots mark the locations of doll teams still operating within the city. Currently, Squad 404 and Task Force Defy are still in the urban area of Frankfurt. The AR team will head over to assist you shortly. To counter sweeps and attacks from the Naitos, all teams remaining in the city must change safe houses every 24 hours. Don't worry, this is 404's specialty. We've also prepared backup locations for the other teams. Great work. Please stay safe out there. Commander, how's 416 doing? 416 has been placed in a repair tank. Her situation is complicated and repairs can be completed on board the Elmo. But don't worry, her damage data has already been sent to Persica and Deer. Their initial assessment is cautiously optimistic. Okay. We reviewed the electronic warfare attack that took down 416. The enemy was clearly prepared. The amount of redundant data was overwhelming. I tried every decryption tool available. Honestly, the workload alone could get me archived in a doll antique museum. Dang, that's actually kind of funny. So many decryptions in this, in her, I guess, body. The opponent appears to have used a data compilation structure I've never seen before. We still can't determine her basic profile or combat style. The fact that she was able to take out 416 without alerting us makes her extremely dangerous. We know far too little about her right now. Don't act rashly. Understood. I'll also try to dig up intel on this new Naito from other sources. Commander, both Defy and 404 are continuing real-time monitoring of the bee sting system. Okay, I think I need a refresher. The only one left in Defy right now is AK-12. everyone else in Defy are just technically cores at the moment, so they don't have a new body yet. But AK-12 is the only one on Defy left. I think the only one you really need if you want things done. I'm it's just so weird seeing her in a Naito body. But I guess she did what she had to do, so yeah. The Naito frame is just basically a frame, and then the only thing that looks fleshy is her head. Kind of like the Shevna, if you think of it that way. But at least the Shevna looks like she has fancy armor on. This just looks different from that. At least to me, anyway.
Paradise has significantly increased the frequency of dynamic key changes, and the security level of those keys has also gone up.
Oh, AK-15A and 94 there too? They got upgrades in slow shot. Okay, so they're actually around. They're actually around. The only one who wasn't around is obviously our RPK. RPK. Again, I don't remember if she's dead or still alive, but we have, at least I haven't seen her yet in this event. So AK-12 lost her wolf eye, sadly. Yes, her eye seems to be always closed right now. Is there a particular reason for that, or did they not explain it fully in her mod upgrade? But yeah, eyes closed always. She basically became RPK without the RPK tendencies, thankfully. She won't be able to get her old body. That's gonna be weird. Come Girls Frontline 2. I'm assuming she's gonna show up in Girls Frontline 2 again. So I'm hoping she's gonna be transferred to a more normal body, unless she keeps the Naito body forever. I guess we'll just have to see about that when we get there.
Paradise has significantly increased the frequency of dynamic key changes. Oh yeah, and security, right? We already said that.
Shaw is dead, so unless Persica is gonna remake her. Who's Shaw? Shaw is the maker of Defy? Because I'm not too familiar with them.
Any new discoveries concerning Project Cocoon? On that subject, all Paradise factories in Frankfurt have ramped up to full production capacity. This is unprecedented. It's like they no longer care about staying hidden, discarding all attempts at concealment just to manufacture Iyasu's boxes. They're accelerating Project Cocoon's timeline. We can't let them complete the shipment. Right, locate their production lines and find a way to destroy them. Right, I think there was someone in the Stasi who was looking for these Iyasu's boxes. I think it was the same group that was, what do you call it? So it was the same group that was searching the Elmo for the Stasi. And they had a side job to do that also. With the military, even. Saw the Naito image I sent on the Discord? Let me see. I saw something. Oh, that one. Yeah, so let me just open this so that we're kind of clear on what we're looking at here. Let's see. Where is it? This one. So this, I'm assuming it's this one. Yeah, I saw this one. I don't know who she is, but she doesn't look like your regular Naito. Though she is dressed like a regular Naito. Like the other Naitos anyway. But she doesn't look, other than the face and the hair, she doesn't look too different from everyone else. Oh, never mind. I see the name on the file. I don't know who they are, but well, I'll just pretend not to know them until we actually get to them. Wait, did I miss something? Hold up. Okay. Was I in comms the entire time? I think I was in comms the entire time. Anyway, Right, locate the production lines and find a way to destroy them. We've confirmed that one of the production lines is near Brentano Park in the Ashbourne district.
RPK kept AK-12 in her neural cloud after Mirror Stage and brought her to Paradeus Base with her. Wait, let me try to get that through my head. RPK kept AK-12 in her neural cloud. Wait, so AK-12 is in RPK's neural cloud? Is that what you're trying to say? And then... yeah, and then she was basically along for the ride. How do you even do that? I mean, I guess I guess I shouldn't really question the specifics of certain things in this game, but still, it's I'm under the impression that there can't be two neural clouds in the same doll, but it's kind of like having an Ogus and then a base neural cloud. But I think an Ogus isn't quite as big as a regular neural cloud. But I don't actually quite know. I don't actually know. I'm just here for the ride at this point.
AR-18, get me everything we have on that site. Yes, Commander. Defy is ready to move at any time. 4-4 is in position.
Here's the thing, though. She says that Defy is here, but I don't think I've seen anyone outside of Defy other than her. So I'm kind of like at that point where like, is it just her? Because I haven't seen the rest of Defy yet. Oh hey, we have a stage to do. What do we need to do here? Reach any 2 radar nodes and set the explosives. No need to pick up and move the explosives. I mean, I guess oh, okay, I guess I can kind of brute force this. I can kind of sort of brute force this. I'm guessing I can do 2 teams. Do I even need a Hawk? I probably don't need a Hawk, but let me see what 2 teams I got. We'll do one general AR team, and then we'll have the RF team on the other side. And then I am gonna send out a Hawk to help both of them. But since we're kind of sort of oh, force field. I don't think the force field is gonna be that big of a deal here, considering it's a low level. And I didn't put chips on the other ones, so maybe I should at least get the BGM out. Let's put the BGM in. Okay, we gotta get the force field. Let's switch you two first. Where are the bombs anyway? Okay, we gotta get to the control terminal. Unlike the control terminals in Girls Frontline 2, the control terminals here are not optional. Okay, so we gotta get to the radar nodes, or at least capture the radar nodes. But also we gotta get to the switch first. Alright. Let me see. Let's set you up here. Move. Get close enough and then have this team head over. And then RF team... Is it... What are you doing? I think this is on standby. I'm not exactly sure. I forget what the icons mean. But I'm assuming this is on standby, but also it can see there's an exclamation mark on this one. Let's see. Any shields here? And a very, very small shield. We can punch through that pretty easily. But it still makes it easier to get rid of if we get rid of it. Okay. It's funny. 416 is supposed to be in repairs, but we're using 416. Alright, which way are you guys going? Well, RF team is getting attacked. Oh, the force field on the death stacks? Wait, what death stacks are you talking about? What are death stacks again? I'm assuming it's this one. The one with the red. Ah, these guys in the red. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Ah, frick. How do I dodge again? Crap. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Oh, yeah. Run away! Run away! Yeah, if this was on hard mode, you do not want to do that straight up. And I think I should have just put an RF team to go up against them. Okay, can Team 1 survive without getting attacked? What is this? Actually, what's this? Alright. Team 1 hurting badly. We got another death stack over here. Oh, there's passive healing? Wait, when did they add that? Okay, BGM, I think you need to go help down here. And then we are going to assault this. Echelon 2. Actually, no. No assault. Hold up. No assault. Echelon 4, stay still. BGM, move down to help. At least get to the chopper area so that you can maybe restock. Echelon 2, go up 1 so that you don't get attacked right away. And we'll see where that gets us. Man, aren't you glad we don't have to worry about resupplies in Girls Frontline 2? Because resupplies here, gotta be a little bit careful about them. Hate energy in Girls Frontline 2. I'm not a fan of it either. I'll be perfectly honest. The stamina system in Girls Frontline 2, I wish it wasn't there. But at the same time, I'm kind of glad we don't have to worry about MREs and ammo as a resource to make sure everyone stays fighting fit. But no, I don't like stamina systems because it's a hard gating one, and 2, I gotta make sure I gotta come back every 12 hours or so. So it's like, whatever. Alright, so RF team is fine. I don't know what this icon is supposed to be. I hope they're not gonna go straight to the command center. If they are, I might have to like summon another team to take care of them. But Echelon 2 needs to get to the control terminal pronto. Oh, does it actually say? How do I... Why won't it let me click on you? Oh, they're on patrol! Okay, so we're in their patrol area. Okay, so they're not gonna go after the command center. Good. Alright, so we're gonna grab this control terminal. What did they say we need to do? Reach any 2 radar nodes. Okay, we just need to reach 2 radar nodes. They can get to 1 right here. They can capture 1 over here. Let's have the BGM nearby because there's this big guy over here. Should be pretty easy regardless. I barely remember how to play this thing. Wait, what did you do? Why did you go back? Oh crap. Halt plan. Halt plan. That was not supposed to be the plan. Okay, it's kind of nice to see that they can passively restore HP. That kind of helps. Okay, open the door. All doors open? Great. Okay, plant a bomb. Deploy. Oh wait, why is this one closed? Wait, what's this connected to? What's this one connected to? Defense 4. Wait, what if I switch this open? Oh, wait. Oh, there's multiple... Oh, freaking A. I forgot they did this before. And that screws me up every single time, because I don't think to scroll through here. Okay, okay, I get it now. Alright, I think we should be able to place a second bomb right now, then. Deploy. And done. Withdrawn units are what? Not heavily damaged? Okay, do I need to repair anyone? Do I need to repair anyone? Let's see. A lifetime. Oh, we got another Sana chapter. I guess let's read some more Sana, but also... Okay, no repairs need to be done. Good. I think this happened last time I went into a battle node too. I thought I'm used to having to repair after every single one. But I guess not anymore? Alright, Sana, part 3. What is up with your new life in the Neo-Soviet Union? If they're not in critical, you don't need to repair. Oh, when did they change that? Because that's so good now. Because I remember way back when I had to repair for every single little thing, which is... I didn't mind it too much. But I remember if I so much got a scratch on them, after the repair bay you go. So yeah. Oh, actually, oh, that's what you meant by 1.5 years ago. Okay, okay, so that's what you mean. Alright, so... New Sana file decrypting. Wait, why do we have access to these Sana files? Who's reading these Sana files? Beslin Primary School number 6. Russian Summer Assignment, 2048. Sana's Reading Report. Chosen Book. Roadside Picnic. Question 1. What kind of story does this book tell? It tells the story of some really bad aliens who come to Earth and make a mess, polluting the environment. People can only live in a few protected zones and they survive by picking up trash and trading it. Everyone lives a hard life. The pollution also makes people get angry really easily and care too much about money. There's no more love between people, only hatred. Wait, is Roadside Picnic a stalker thing? I don't know anything about stalker, so I don't know that reference. I hope something like this never happens where we live. But Mama says the world would turn out like this with or without aliens. Technically speaking, we got relic technology, so I guess relics are kind of sort of aliens. Game was inspired by Roadside Picnic? Really? Question 2. Why did you choose this book for your reading reflection? What inspired you? Because this is a sci-fi novel written for more than 100 years ago by the famous authors Arkady and Boris Strugatsky. Oh, it's actually an actual book. Oh. It was one of the greatest sci-fi works of its time. Wait, when was this made? Hold up, when was this book made? Roadside Picnic. Actual book? 1972. okay, not as old as I thought it was going to be, but I guess in the perspective of the 2040s, this is pretty much ancient. I guess even in the 2020s, this is kind of old at this point, if you think about it. And even though I'm not from the 1970s, I am turning to dust just thinking the 70s was that long ago. God dang. The 70s weren't that far away when I was still a kid, but now, holy crap. Dang. I believe I can feel how talented and creative they were and learn to be strong and tough through the story. A few lines are written underneath in pencil. I'm sorry, teacher, I don't want to lie. 2007 was 60 years ago. No, don't say that. Wait, no, it's not 2067 yet. It's still 2048. Oh, unless this was this was probably before World. When was World War III again? When was World War III? Because yeah, you're right. It was 60 years ago. 2007 was 60 years ago in perspective of current time game. The paragraph above was what Armin told me to write. Actually, I chose this book because Anna was reading it. Question 3. Did you have any difficulties while reading this book? For a 6-year-old? Reading something of that level? I feel like it would be pretty difficult. There were a lot of difficult new words. Looking them up in a dictionary was super tiring. But even when I figured out what all the words meant, I still don't understand what the book is talking about. So why did you pick it? Oh yeah, you picked it because of Anna. That's in the Russian education system, really? Dang, I thought the Russian education. Well, I'm trying to think. What the heck is a Russian education system like? And I was trying to also think, what the heck did I read when I was in school? Now, I don't remember reading anything too difficult when I was in the 6th grade. No, not 6th grade. As a 6-year-old, I don't remember anything that I read as a 6-year-old. She's probably a little bit older than that at this point, but still, let's just say she was still 6. 6 would put her in like first grade. I don't remember anything I read in the 1st grade, even if we were assigned anything at that point. Crime and Punishment, your favorite book? Really? Let's see. Yeah, I don't know any Russian books. I think the only Russian book I kind of vaguely know that it's Russian. Other than Crime and Punishment, because that one I just found out recently from a different game I did on this channel, which was Until Then. Until Then had Crime and Punishment as one of the books that they mention in there, but the only book I know that was pretty much Russian was Lolita, and that's where we get the term lolicon from, and loli in general. So thank you, Russia, for giving us the word that we use almost every day now. Holy crap. It's kind of funny how that happens. I still don't exactly know what Lolita is about. I do kind of know what happens in it. I just don't exactly know how it develops into it. I know there was a movie made of it. There was an actual movie made of it. And maybe I should check into it just for curiosity's sake one of these days. And Crime and Punishment. I wonder if they ever made a movie out of this book. Can you type the book name? I'm pretty sure. What do you call it? I'm pretty sure it's self-explanatory. It's self-explanatory. Lolita. Just do lolly plus a T plus a ta. T-A. That's it. Anyway, we'll continue. I don't want to get too sidetracked because of how long this is. Anyway, why would picnics randomly... Why would picnics randomly... Why would aliens randomly come and ruin Earth? Why is it a picnic for the aliens? Yeah, try to get a 6-year-old to understand that. I feel like it's not quite literal. Question 4. What do you think is the biggest thing you got out of reading this book? Oh, I do remember reading War of the Worlds. That was pretty nice, but also not Russian. I think that was a British book technically. H.G. Wells, I think, was British. If I'm not mistaken, or he might be from the US. But I remember reading War of the Worlds. That was pretty okay. And also, what was that? The Time Machine. The Time Machine was weird. At least the end part of it was weird. A real roadside picnic. Because I didn't understand so many parts of the book. I kept asking Anna and Armin about them. Especially those confusing bits I mentioned above. But they didn't really seem to know how to explain it to me either. After I asked them a bunch of times, they took the book away and brought me to the park for a picnic. It was my first time having a picnic. I was so happy. And after the picnic, we picked up all our trash. That way no planets get hurt. Okay, I'm so glad Santa chapters are so short. She's having fun. Surely nothing bad is gonna happen to Sana. Oh, and look. We get our crazy girl Lunacia back. Crazy girl Lunacia? M4 gave her life for you. I hope it was worth it. I really hope it was worth it. Where are we? This looks like a hospital clinic room. Late at night in a temporary safe house. Lunacia awakens from what feels like an endless nightmare. In the stillness of the night, only her ragged breathing fills the silence. Seeing her fills me with complex emotions. I am conflicted. Looking at her. Do you think we'll see Lunacia in Girls Frontline 2? I mean, I'm assuming she's still around, even all the way up into Reverse Collapse. But do you think we'll see Lunacia in Girls Frontline 2? Wife? No. Absolutely not. Not wife. Really, people will just look at this crazy girl and call her wife. Oh, Dandelion was talking to Lunacia. I see. Hey, GNG, welcome, welcome. We're gonna be... You just came into a very confusing time in this story. I could try to recap as much as I can, but just know we are in the chapter for... Not chapter, no, yeah, chapter. Chapter for someone crazy who kind of fused with one of the main characters, and so even though said main character is no longer in the story, we can still use their doll version, I guess, in our own teams because we had her for a very long time. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I have conflict. I have very conflicting feelings about this character. Anyway, she glances at the time and murmurs to herself. It's time to make contact again. Lunacia tucks a lock of hair around her ear. Her consciousness is already drifting away from the present reality. Holy crap, what are we looking at? Following countless tangled pathways, Lunacia finally locates a suitable exit. Father, this is what you asked for. As Lunacia's consciousness captures her, the white Nido's pupils dilate sharply. The tray in her hands fall to the ground with a crash. Did she just hack a Nito? Oh, hi, William. I recognize that hair anywhere. If you've seen if you've seen Reverse Collapse, you can at least recognize this hair on William. It seems he hasn't changed his hairstyle in over 30 years. He still has the same funky hairstyle, the same evil villain hairstyle. Yeah, it's nice to see. He's been a mad scientist for a very long time, apparently. And apparently, I think William is. Correct me if I'm wrong for people who know. I think William's supposed to be in his teens around this time? I'm not exactly sure. Someone please tell me if they know. I thought he was much older in not Girls Frontline, in Reverse Collapse, but apparently he's not that much older, comparatively speaking. Yeah, so a little background on William apparently, because I don't think it was quite apparent in Reverse Collapse. William apparently is a huge syscon. I think that's basically what started off everything here. One day, somehow his sister died. Okay. And I guess he was trying to bring his sister back to life because of that. And that's how we get Paradeus, that's how we get Naitos, and that's how we get a bunch of really, really weird experiments to bring sister back to life. And I guess supposedly Lunacia is supposed to be the product of that. However, she did not come back correctly. So I don't know how William feels about that specifically, but I guess he's still keeping her around somehow. Also, he's supposed to be a genius apparently, regarding relic technology. Oh, Paradise existed before he went crazy. Okay, well, I don't know what to say about that. Apparently, the family in general is a bunch of cuckoos. The whole family is freaking messed up, including him, including Lunacia. Now, technically, I don't know if she was okay before, but she's definitely not okay now. But technically, also there's a little bit of M4 there that got mixed in, and Lunacia herself, who at first, okay, remember when the game first started, I think we had a little bit of at least for me anyway. I'm gonna speak for myself here, but I'm gonna say we in general. For me myself, I had a little bit of sympathy for M4 because she was supposedly a copy of some war orphan named Lunacia, but somehow we didn't get the whole story then. I don't know if they knew the whole story at that point or they just started making it even crazier down the line. But apparently Lunacia is part of this family here with William, and now everyone's kind of shown their crazy, screwed up selves, including Lunacia. But Lunacia herself, actually, isn't the Lunacia we have right now basically an artificial Lunacia made by William, technically speaking, and that's supposed to, once she wakes up, supposed to love him and only him. But because M4 fused, that love instead went to the commander, and now she's even crazier because of that. I don't know if we saved him because of that or what. But maybe you don't want a yandere sister, William. Maybe we saved you from that. I don't know, but everything's so screwed up. Everything's so screwed up. And he did this at the age of teens, supposedly. So I don't know what to think about that. Bill. Who's Bill? What is Bill? Wait, this is oh no, this is Lunacia hacking to that. We saving him from anything? I don't freaking know. Someone who knows Girls Frontline lore, please let me know, because I am making assumptions based on what little fragments of what I can come up with. Took you long enough to show up. Have you made up your mind? I had another nightmare. I've been having them constantly lately. Oh wait, is this Lunacia from a long time ago, before she became the Lunacia we know now? I guess all the Naitos are supposed to be potentially Lunacia anyway. But this is the one he chose to keep? If you came here just to complain about that, you can scram. Still shaken from the nightmare, the Naito under Lunacia's control, oh never mind, gets down on her knees in a daze to gather the broken pieces. In the dream, they keep calling me the Holy Maiden. I'm surrounded by zealots, and Mother is always on their side. The man called Bill gives no response. He simply turns around and buries himself in his work once more. Well, I guess Bill is technically William, but I don't know how you get Bill from William. I don't exactly know how that ever came to be. Bill, why did you turn Mother into a Naito? Oh, we get the explanation here? Lucy, you asked me to. Are you sure about that? William, are you sure about that? Did I? If your memory is incomplete, go recover it yourself. Don't come to me with this nonsense. Having gathered all the fragments into the tray, the White Naito stands silently behind Bill. I've lost all my memories of Mother. All I have left is vague feelings. But I don't sense a single trace of Mother's memories on Nemran. She's the kind of mother that children want now. Let her stay by this so-called father's side, working dutifully until the day she dies. Did I hate her? The man looks at Lunacia with surprise. In my dreams, Mother always stands among the zealots. Her face is hidden by a cloak, so I can't see it clearly. I'm always far away, seated in a chair, unable to move. Only able to watch as they draw daggers from their white sleeves. Okay, so the Paradise people have always been doing this dagger and cloak business, apparently. I see. And then blood, rushing at me like a flood. The White Naito trembles slightly, as if still trapped in that nightmare. When I look at that version of Mother, I don't feel hatred, only fear. The man's patience finally reaches its limit. If you got nothing else to say, shut up. I still have plenty to do. Bill, my head is full of noise. Thoughts and emotions that don't belong to me. When will I be able to fully reclaim myself? Lunacia's the actual villain, not William. I wonder about that. It's a little confusing because we all blame William for everything, but I don't know much about Lunacia to actually call her a villain. I just know she's crazy. This problem will be resolved after the final operation is complete. When? Just wait a little longer. For your sake, I'll personally perform the surgery. Hey, that's something I asked of you too? That's right. Lucy, I made a promise to you in the past. Whoever you want to kill, whatever wish you want to fulfill, I'll make it happen for you. For you. Even if you've lost all your memories now, even if you're no longer the person who made that promise. So don't question me, don't test me. Otherwise, I'll replace the vessel. Bill, you didn't used to be like this. You're always so impatient with me now. I'm not used to you acting this way. I'm not used to you acting this way either, Lucy. I don't understand William. I know he's obsessed, but I don't know when he went full crazy, if he's not full crazy already. The man says nothing more and walks into another room. Lunacia knows the conversation is over. Every time she says she's not used to him like this, he becomes cold and distant. In that moment, he feels like just another experiment, no different from any randomly selected Naito in a test chamber. Bill has become just like that woman. Even though that woman never wears such a cruel expression, her heart is far colder and more ruthless. I'm guessing we're talking about Nemran. Oh, geez, bright lights. What's going on here? Lapis's eyes snap open. She is momentarily dazed by the dazzling light, and so am I. She rises, walks over to a cabinet, and opens it to retrieve a box of pills labeled with today's date. A white Naito approaches with a glass of warm water. Lapis takes it and swallows the pills in one smooth motion. Lady Lapis, you've rested for 25 minutes. Is there anything you would like to do next? Oh, I don't think I've seen her before, but we've seen these cloaks before in Girls Frontline 2. It's interesting to see that they really haven't changed too much since this game. It's time to check the status of the incubation pods. If conditions are stable, they can be opened in the next couple of days. Understood. Oh, thank goodness, no more flashbang. Inside the laboratory, with a giant tube. With a white Naito's assistance, the incubation pods are swiftly checked. Lapis finishes up what she is currently working on. It feels like she finally has a moment to breathe. When was the last time she got to do that? She can't recall. There's no day or night inside the lab. The 360-degree shadowless lights have kept her company for a very long time. A time that feels long to any human, but far too short for the task at hand. Lady Lapis, shall I assist with anything else? No need. You're dismissed. Yes, ma'am. Once the white Naito leaves, Lapis approaches one of the incubation pods. She opens the control panel and forcibly initiates a premature awakening of the unfinished test subject. After a brief tremble, the girl inside the pod opens her eyes. Oh, Lunasia! Why am I back here again? Don't be nervous. I'm only documenting your current condition. You're merely sharing this body's vision. Lapis starts adjusting various values and recording routine data. Oh, I guess she's trying to get out of the tube now. Lunasia slams against the glass violently in protest. Lapis does nothing to calm her down. She's clearly used to this. Let me go! I don't want to stay here! How does it feel? To have a human's free will and the omniscience and omnipotence of a higher life form. I guess technically there are supposed to be 3 goddesses or something in the Girls Frontline universe. One of them hasn't. I think 1 or 2 of them haven't been born yet. But we have Lunasia, and for context, I think goddesses are technically the girls who can interact with the relics with basically no negative effects, and I think they also have access to Nirvana, whatever the heck Nirvana is, specifically speaking. In Jefty's case, her access to Nirvana let her jump back in time between different multiverses. That's what hers did. Not exactly sure what Lunasia can do, and I think there's a 3rd one. I don't remember if it's Lige or someone else. It's a curse. To possess human emotions yet a mind and lifespan not meant for any human. If you were to become as banal as everyone else, you'd never be the Holy Maiden. You wouldn't be worthy of sacrifice. That sacrifice at the gate of the Evangel, that was your doing. You monster. Being a Holy Maiden, embodying a miracle. Lunasia, this was all your choice. Yeah, we hardly get to see like old people in games in general, not just gacha games, but games in general, right? Even more so, old ladies in games. You don't really see them. They're either the kindest people in the world, or they're like some of the most evil people in the world. I feel like there's no in between for the most part. At least old guys sometimes have a redeeming factor usually. Sometimes they don't, but usually they have a little bit of a bright spot. Need more gifts? I would like to see experience be embodied in the older characters, whether it be an auntie type or a grandma type. But there's got to be a reason why they're old. They just can't be old for the sake of being old. Just like they can't be young for the sake of being young, as far as a story goes. And I do appreciate that they do that here. And they actually look like they're about to fall over anytime soon. My choice? Have I ever had a choice? White froth begins to churn in the incubation fluid as Lunacia thrashes harder. Lapis merely glances at her, calm as ever. Quiet. If you don't cooperate, we won't be able to retrieve crucial data. Some information can only be accessed while you're conscious. I will say though, Lapis's eyes have no soul in them. They're totally gone. Why me? Remember your purpose. This is the path your past self chose. The pact you made with me. I'm guessing Lunacia's memories are kind of broken up now? I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. We're just one step away. Once I personally complete the final surgery, your transformation will be complete. Be happy, child. You got what you wanted, and I got what I wanted. From Pilot Whale to Hela, countless people have given everything for this moment. Now, it's time to realize it all. Lapis's aged reflection stares back from the glass, a stark contrast to Lunacia's youthful features. She lets out a careless chuckle. What's so funny? Oh, dang, that is a scary face on her. It might not be so obvious on your screen, guys, so let me zoom in on the face of horror here. The face of utter horror, eyes devoid of any soul. Face so gaunt and ghastly. The hood does not help, but the smile of a grim reaper. Holy freaking crap. Yeah. When we first met, you look exactly the same, and I was already growing old. Human time is so short, but thank goodness I made it in time. The first time we met, you... After being led on a deliberately long and convoluted route, she is finally brought into a room, and the blindfold is removed from her eyes. Inside, a young girl eyes her coldly. Okay, so this present Lunacia, I think. I think remind me from that was explanation from last time. Lunacia showed up in the previous major event, and during that time, the commander was basically with Lunacia the entire time, in a very, very weird relationship, mainly from Lunacia's end. I think the commander was basically captured, and he had to play along with Lunacia for that time. And somehow or another, Lunacia now is in the commander's custody. Don't know how that happened, but she's being moved around for some reason. I don't think I actually got the explanation. You're late, Doctor. Maitner? Minor or Maitner? I don't know German. Sorry. I'll just say Maitner for now. You're late, Dr. Maitner. Oh, wait. Hold up. This looks like the old late. Oh, wait. Is this supposed to be Laplas when she was younger? Oh, I do see the resemblance. Damn. Grandma looked a lot better when she was younger. So do most people, but still. What a curious child. I am the god of this sacrifice. You are merely my servant. You have no right to keep me waiting. Oh no, this is past Lunasia when she was, I guess, still alive, technically. I see. Did the Holy Mother approve your decision? Listen carefully, Dr. Maitner. You only need my approval to gain everything you've ever sought. Among the lives included in this sacrifice, my mother's will be the first. Okay, well, Paradeus was doing their human sacrifices back in these days, I see. And I'm guessing William saw this, and that's where he went crazy. I gotcha. Oh, any other demands? No. Once you get what you want, you may leave. Bill will handle the rest. Do you want to confirm the procedure? No need. I'm the strongest person in the world. Such dramatic words. Girls your age do love those. You haven't lived what I've lived, Dr. Maitner. I hate this world. I hate all of humanity. Wow, Lunasia back then was full of malice, I see. That's why I'm willing to sacrifice myself. To fulfill the destruction of humankind. Okay, she was crazy back then. And full of hatred. Things might not go the way you wish. They will go my way. Wanna bet on it? I will win. I hope I live to see the ending. Yeah, I don't even know what's going on here anymore. You're late, Dr. Maitner. What a curious child. I am the god of sacrifice. You are merely my servant. You have no right to keep me waiting. Why are we repeating lines here? Did the Holy Mother approve your decision? Listen carefully, Dr. Maitner. You only need my approval to gain everything you've ever sought. Among the lives included in this sacrifice, my mother's will be the first. Things might not go the way you wish. They will go my way. Wanna bet on it? I will win. I hope I live to see the ending. So what ending do we get? Now, Lunasia, you are about to witness the ending. The ending of all humanity. Okay, exactly how? Has it come back to you yet? Holy Maiden. The tub is filled with thick red liquid. A frail young girl submerged in it struggles to raise her head and looks up at Lunasia. Can we really reach this place where there's no more pain? Of course. Lunasia hears her own voice, gentle yet cruel. Then her hand caresses the girl's pale face. Good night. Damn! Really drowning? Gulp. That pallid face is instantly swallowed by crimson, leaving behind only a few broken bubbles. My lady, is it my turn yet? Wait, what? Hold up. I knew Paradeus was a crazy cult, but really? they're all waiting their turn to die here. What the heck is happening? I was joking when I made that title. Apparently, I'm not actually joking. She raises her head. As far as the eye can see are countless containers filled with scarlet fluid. Dang, look at these eyes. Look at these. Look at these eyes. She is crazy. Some would look at this and say wife. Some would look at this and say whatever is wrong with her is honestly hotter than being normal. But she is absolutely batshit insane. Would you rather people be sacrificed who don't want to be? I mean, I guess if you're part of a cult, you're ready for anything. So, the choice has already been made a long time ago. At least they're not, I guess, technically grabbing any random person to sacrifice. But also, they've dragged these people through some sort of mass hypnosis into this cult. I mean, that's basically what malicious cults are in general. A mass hypnosis. Yes, you're next. Her feet move forward without her control, and pain tears through Lunasia's heart. Stop. Stop. Glup glup. A stream of fragile bubbles bursts between her hands. Lunasia feels a splitting headache, like she's about to lose control of her own body. Man, M4 didn't have to die for this. Lunasia wakes up on the floor of the safe house. Next to her lies a shattered glass. Okay, so this is present-day Lunasia. She's getting flashbacks of the past, I think. The safe house. The commander. The doll sent to take care of her. Her memory slowly returns. But she can only grimace. What's real? What's false? She can no longer tell. The white fluorescent light above flickers uneasily, and the hurried footsteps of a doll echo down the hall. XM556, I'm assuming she's a shotty. Wait, that's not a shotgun. That looks like a minigun. When did we get a minigun in the game, then we labeled it as a shotgun? Because in Girls Frontline 1, all shotguns are technically some sort of tank. So that's why she has a shield. But when did we label a minigun into a shotgun? Wait, what's an X? Is it actually? Is it actually an XM556? It is a Gatling gun. It's a micro Gatling gun. Oh. It looks kind of cool. The actual thing looks pretty cool. I'm not going to put it on screen. Or maybe I will. Hold up. Let's look at it. This is supposed to be a handheld minigun. It looks like a big minigun, but it's actually supposed to be handheld. And I guess in comparison to a person, that's not it. It's supposed to be about that big. Huh. Okay, it looks absolutely gigantic on this doll though. I guess dolls in general are small. I think we've established that in Girls Frontline 2. But that is gigantic compared to her. She must be like the size of a coffee to have this be so big. Miss Lunasia, what happened? Nothing. Another nightmare? XM556 picks up the shards of the broken glass and brings her a fresh cup of warm water. Have some honey water. If there's nothing else, I'll leave you to rest. When will the commander come? The commander is handling things aboard the Elmo. Once everything is in order, they'll come to pick you up. She's not buying it. No. I want to see the commander now. Oh, jeez, this girl is absolutely crazy. I've already spoken to them. The commander said, I want to see the commander now. Right. I guess she has Eldritch powers too? Bang! The fluorescent light bursts overhead, raining shards all over the room. Put the commander on the line. I want to see the commander, right now. Snap. The cup of water, warm water shatters in her hand, leaving only one sharp piece of glass. Lunacia presses it to her neck. Miss Lunacia, please calm down. I heard your request loud and clear. I'll report this to the commander immediately. But please, put the glass down first. Do it now. Her trembling hand presses the shard deeper. Dark red blood seeps out, creeping slowly along her pale neck to her collarbone. Wait, whose neck again? Cup, water, shard, glass. Oh, she's trying to kill herself. Why? Why would it be so bad if she actually kills herself? Actually? Would it be so bad? Because we're not getting M4 back, so why keep her? This sensation of bleeding, she feels a mix of pain and pleasure. Just like that woman in her dreams. Lunacia flashes a cruel smile. Commander. Right. I'll contact the commander right away. Okay. How many more do we got? Oh, we got a lot more. Where are we? Where do we go? Or actually, oh, it was right here. Dang. In a conference at the Pandora organization, wait, hold up. This background, again, it looks like it's from Reverse Collapse. I feel like this is a background from Reverse Collapse lifted and then compressed for Girls Frontline. For Girls Frontline. This is the Antarctica lounge. The heck? Oh my gosh, that's two backgrounds from Reverse Collapse now. Styx casually adjusts her hair and makeup in a compact mirror. The people seated around her are still pestering her relentlessly. Chairwoman Styx, the Alliance representative, has lodged multiple complaints regarding the speech video you released without authorization. We must issue a proper response. Borrow from the best, steal from the best. I mean, they're borrowing from themselves. So, is it really stealing, borrowing? They're just repurposing, which is also, I guess, okay. If they truly needed an answer, they wouldn't just be making complaints. But Dr. Sean was Martyr Sophia's younger sister. How could you slander her like this? Martyr Sophia's organization, the Muscovite Illuminati, no, not the Illuminati, is one of our strongest allies. Offending them over something like this is detrimental to our future cooperation. Styx finally puts down the mirror. She beams brightly as she looks around at the others. Please get your positions and relations straight. If it's those underfunded, resource-strapped organizations that approach us, seeking an alliance. Besides, the Muscovite Illuminati was at its strongest when Martyr Sophia was still alive. Once she was gone, not a single one of them could hold things together. You've seen it too. The anti-relic campaign event that they held last week? It was pathetic. A kindergarten sports day would have been more exciting. You're still avoiding the core issue. Chairwoman Styx, why did you release that unapproved speech video at such a sensitive time? I'm the executive chairwoman of Pandora. I believe I have the right to express my views when I deem necessary. But your views contain serious misinformation. Dr. Shaw may not have been a member of Pandora or any of its allied organizations, but she's always been a committed anti-relic advocate. Just like her sister, she just chose a different path. Sisters who appear united yet pursue different goals. History is full of such examples. So you're refusing to respond to the complaints? Styx glances at the elegant watch on her wrist. Everyone, let's not forget our focus right now. A new world is about to dawn, and the current world order will soon be reshuffled. We fought hard for this invitation to Frankfurt. And now we've been occupying someone else's conference room for nearly half an hour. Have they arrived? Their assistant just messaged me. There's a rare opportunity. Whether we can secure a seat in the opposition in the coming new world. Knock, knock. The door to the conference room is rapped twice. Come in. Chairwoman Styx, the guests have arrived. Should I bring them in now? After one final check to ensure that her makeup is flawless, Styx rises with perfect composure. Of course, we're ready. Why are we in the restroom? Why are we in the restroom? After the conference, Styx steps into an empty restroom. She stands before the mirror, but she isn't looking at her own reflection. Ashley, have you received the full dossier of the attendees? Oh, this is Ashley. Wow. I didn't realize Nitos have names now.
Yes, Sister Styx. I've received it and I'm uploading everything into the bee sting system now.
Good.
Sister Nemron asked me to pass along several bee sting files to you.
Click, click. Styx flips through the documents sent to her. It's intel on Griffin PMC Commander and the mobile base vehicle designated Elmo. Why?
Sister Nemron has flagged these individuals as highly likely to disrupt the plan. If you encounter them, please eliminate them immediately.
Understood. I want to see what her Naito form looks like. I'm assuming she has one. After ending the call, Styx studies the commander's dossier with a growing interest. Looks like an interesting one. The commander does get that reaction quite a bit. In a laboratory at the Johannes Gutenberg University of Mines. The blinking cursor reaches the bottom of the test data screen. After hitting enter, Stevens M520 initiates a call. Commander, the experiment is complete. Please head to the Mines University lab immediately to collect the subject.
Understood. I'm on my way.
Wait, hold up. Did they actually manage to bring Gray back? This will be interesting.
By the way, how's Nell?
Stevens M520 glances at Nell, who is slumped over the desk, fast asleep. Her mental state is relatively stable, but she's pulled several all-nighters, so she really needs some proper rest.
Alright, got it.
After ending the call, Stevens M520 walks over to Amaris, who is staring blankly out the window. What? Don't tell me there's more grunt work. Nope, our task is already finished. Mine isn't. In fact, it's only just begun. Well, go off and do your own thing, I guess. As they lapse into silence, a lively group of university students pass by outside the window, on their way to morning classes. They walk in pairs or clusters, arm in arm or side by side. I've learned all about your elder sister. Huh. I've got a younger sister myself. Rebellious, willful, defiant. Pretty much as infuriating as you. No words. She was supposed to inherit Dr. Hume's estate. Could have lived freely as a noble lady. But she insisted on destroying all of it, even at the cost of her own life. I can sort of understand that kind of mindset. Your sister is dead. My sister is dead. Are you trying to one-up me in tragedy? I'm not sad at all. I didn't care much for Aliana. No, I mean... Steven's M520's face takes on a solemn expression that unsettles Amaris. I wouldn't mind being your sister. I don't know if she would like that. She kind of hates you. Sure, you're a bit of a mess and your clothes are falling apart, but we've got a lot in common. Maybe we can find each other the answers we can no longer find in those who are gone. I get that you're emotional right now. You don't have to give me an answer right away. Okay, I don't know what's going through her mind right now. Amaris hesitates for a long while before finally muttering a few words. Okay. I appreciate the sentiment, but I vowed to myself that I'll never call anyone sister again. A vow is only made to be broken, isn't it? In some cases. You... Click. The commander's comms request saves Amaris from replying. Commander, have you arrived? All right, we'll come meet you now. The commander steps into the lab. Nell is splashing cold water on her face to stay awake. You look exhausted. I'm fine, I can still manage. Thank you for all your efforts. She'll be the most critical shot we have. Naito against Naito? I guess it would be. Did I make it in time? You've exceeded all my expectations. Only her capabilities were restored. Everything else... I've kept blank. Left just enough for her to be a tool to be wielded. I didn't want to insult my mentor's memory. Oh, okay. So we just brought the destroyed Dr. Grey Naito back online, but she didn't try to resurrect her memories either. Okay, well, I thought she was gonna do that, but I guess not. But I guess this is why we can try to recruit her from Coalition now. Okay, that kind of makes sense. I understand. That's more than enough. I will crush Paradise. I will not let your work be in vain. Commander. Nell walks up to the commander. Her steps are a bit unsteady, but the resolve in her eyes remain undimmed. I have one more request. I do kind of wonder, much later, in the 2070s, what happened to Nell? What happened to all the Paradise and Sangvis units under our control? Where did they go? Original Grey is trapped with Angie and Aliana in Lake of Cognition with the other original souls of Naitos. Oh wait, she's actually still alive in that form? I thought they all died. Okay. Boom. Bang, bang, bang. The silence of the factory is shattered by a sudden burst of gunfire. Several Naitos quickly organize a response team and rush into the smoke with weapons in hand. Bang, bang, bang! After another round of gunfire, silence once again falls over the factory. Oh, there's AK-15. Oh, wait, I got AK-12 and AK-15 mixed up. When I thought gorilla, I thought it was AK-12. No, the gorilla is AK-15. Oh, jeez. Okay. Oh, wait, AK-12 is the one who always keeps her eyes closed. Right, the one who always keeps her eyes closed, and whenever she opens them, that's when she gets super serious. Oh, so she can never open her eyes again? Or maybe she can, but she doesn't get those eyes back? Still, it's a shame that she's the one that is stuck with a Naito body now. But here we have the Soviet Union's secret weapon, question mark? The actual gorilla. Though I think in gameplay she's not so much a gorilla. She is in lore though. So. A doll of immense stature drags the still remains of a white Naito toward the control terminal, using his credentials to activate the system. Hardcore. Oh, there's AN94. You know, when I saw both Hime Atsuko in Blue Archive, she kind of reminded me of AN94. The two of them, actually. So, gameplay Scars the strongest? What is Scars? I'm guessing Scars is an AR? That should do it. Clatter! The now worthless Naito is tossed aside. Dang! She's pretty ruthless in any case. A shadow appears silently as the dissipating edge of the smoke, lifting her gaze toward the surveillance camera. At the smoke, dissipating smoke. And our surveillance footage. Oh, we actually get Amaris and Aliana? Wait, Amaris sounds like an actual name. That's not a gun name, is it? Do we actually get a doll with actual names? Inside a Paradeus factory, Namran watches the surveillance footage that Heb provided in silence. In a single day, nearly 70% of the factories in Frankfurt have been attacked. The method is consistent. First, a hacker team breaches the system to disable alarms, followed by 3 monstrous dolls who storm in and destroy everything. Oh, those are actual gun names? Really? You could fool me into thinking they were real names. Wow. Well, Scars, I can tell, is probably a gun name. Amaris and Aliana, though, sound like actual names. They don't linger. Their goal is clear. Destroy the production line and retreat. Their attacks are cleanly aimed at disrupting Project Cocoon. I have to admit, it's an effective tactic. How much impact on Phase 3? The materials for Phase 3 are already mostly prepared, including what's in storage. It should barely be enough. But with over half the production lines crippled, recovery will take significant time. For now, we can simply supply any additional materials for Project Cocoon. As long as it's enough to complete Phase 3. All the necessary materials are en route. They'll reach the designated lab by the end of the day. However, if our system logs the location of the new lab, those dolls will come swarming like hyenas smelling blood. I know. I'll relocate that site as quickly as possible. And once Phase 3 is complete, erase all traces of the factory. Understood. Heb responds, but makes no move to leave. You have something to say. Reminder, guys. This used to be Lunacia and William's mom before, but she's a Naito now. Dang, William just will use anyone as a Naito, apparently. Just feeling a bit sentimental. We've been running this operation for years. It feels like playing a simulation game until near completion, and then someone hits the reset button. You should have known from the start. Everything we've done was for this very moment. I know that, of course. But still, this moment comes so suddenly, Like a comet. Is it a good omen or a bad one? There's just no telling. Heb glances at the screen where Nemren's face is reflected, silent and composed. Normally by now you'd be telling me not to waste time on meaningless thoughts. Why so quiet today? Because I'm starting to suspect that we have a traitor in our midst. Meaning Heb. Heb and Styx, traitors. I don't think they're the only ones. I feel like Mordo also is one. You're joking, right? On the outside, we have bee sting. On the base level, we have the lake of cognition. And now we have cocoon. If you suspect someone, can't you just look directly? Heb, back when I was still in Moscow, didn't I tell you to read more on the subject of human history when you had the time? You did. But I always thought it was pointless. With how far technology has come, schemes and tricks are obsolete. Now it's all about tech. Just like how detective stories became irrelevant with the advent of cameras and chemical analysis. No, I'm pretty sure detective stories are still relevant even with cameras and chemical analysis. Because they're incorporated in that now. Nemren sighs. Methods do change with time and technology, but the desires of the human heart are the same regardless of the times. Are we human? We are, albeit incomplete ones. And since we are human, we naturally also carry human flaws. Pride, envy, wrath, sloth, greed, gluttony, and lust. We still hold some measure of each. So who do you think the traitor is? Forget it. Even if there is one, it shouldn't be me who exposes her. So you have these human flaws too? I suppose at this very moment, there is a fragment of wrath within me. You really don't let it show. If your anger had a color, it'd probably be something close to white. And white is pretty darn hot, yeah. No, it'd be the color of a flower. Never took you for a poet. I need to handle the White Zone's secret passage first. You are to supervise the mission of escorting Lady Lapis. So this is a last-minute arrangement? You were originally going to handle it yourself? Yes, because the experimental subject cannot be risked. Understood. Keep it covert. Your current combat style is still under wraps. Don't show your hand prematurely. And who are you sending to escort Lady Lapis? Mordo and Brahmid. Got it. Nemren heads for the door. Our fate might have been decided from the very beginning. No matter how we struggle, we are but helpless creatures caught in a spider's web, while awaiting fate's final decree. Heb looks back toward Nemren. All she has left behind is a few shimmering fragments fallen from what? From what? I think I skipped that. From the hem of her skirt. Okay. Interesting location to drop from. Through the surveillance feed, Heb watches Mordo and Brahmid successfully rendezvous with Lapis and escort her out of the lab. Mordo immediately starts deploying her squad and configuring the transport convoy. Heb notices a new access log appear inside the base. It's not from an order in Naito, but... Gray? Why hasn't her access been revoked? Could it have been hacked? Heb instantly pulls up the surveillance footage of Gray entering the base, while running a full system check at the same time. Only when she sees that unmistakable face on the screen does Heb finally believe it. No hacking, no identity theft. Gray herself has returned to Paradea space. The same Gray who was supposed to have perished in Avernus. A wave of thoughts crash through Heb's mind. Before she can fully process the reality of Gray's resurrection, she sees her heading toward Lapis' location. Heb immediately sounds the alarm for that area. Ashley, notify Mordo at once. We have an enemy infiltration.
Enemy? Understood.
In the surveillance feed, Mordo and Brahmin appear to have received the alert. They quickly change routes, guiding Lapis toward the emergency exit. After Ashley's message, Mordo also brings forward the escort squad's rendezvous schedule. But Heb frowns. These measures won't be enough. Whoosh. The hatch opens, and Mordo looks over.
Ray?
No words, because she's basically just a shell now.
What are you doing here?
Mordo's eyes widen in shock, and Gray is already striding toward Lapis with her blade raised. Mordo, you really would be perfect for a horror disaster flick. You're exactly the kind of brainless cannon fodder that dies in the opening scene. At least you know your horror flick tropes. Heb grits her teeth as she leaves the surveillance room, racing toward Lapis' location with inhuman speed. Gray raises her blade, and the next second her figure vanishes, leaving only the roar of air being cleaved. Boom! Mordo barely manages to block her attack. Why has her fighting style changed? This isn't Gray's usual move. 8 o'clock. A split second later, Mordo is knocked aside, slamming hard into Brahmed. Gray charges again, aiming to strike at the defenseless Lapis. Wait, why are we trying to kill her again? Boom! In front of the cleaved metal rack, Lapis is nowhere to be seen. Heb blends softly, placing herself between Gray and Lapis. You're... Oh, this is what Heb's Naito form looks like. Interesting. Still classy, but also... Yeah, definitely artificial. The legs, the arms. How do they hide this so easily? With reflexes that slow, it's a miracle you survived this long. Mordo looks at the poised, elegant woman before her and smiles knowingly. The swords are a good look? You mean the ones coming out from her wrist? Yeah. You must be the sister overseeing Project Cocoon in Frankfurt. The name is Heb. Where do you store a sword that long in your body? Thank you for saving me upon our first mating, Sister Heb. Maybe thank yourself for not revoking Gray's access. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had the chance to witness this insane plot twist of a dead Naito returning to Paradeus. Don't blame me, Sister Heb. You know our system deletes a member's access automatically upon confirmation of death. I don't have the time for your excuses. Protect Lady Lapis. Yes, sister. Brahmed, come with me. We'll take on this Gray together. Mordo, take Lady Lapis and find another way out. Yes, sister. Mordo immediately puts an arm around Lapis' shoulders and vanishes from sight with her. Brahmed watches Heb from the corner of her eye. Her smile remains graceful and calm, but Brahmed can feel the overwhelming threat she exudes. Gray is nothing like the one in previous records. Watch out for her attacks. Don't get caught. Just do your best to stall her and create an opening for me. I'll take care of the rest. Understood. Do we actually get to fight? Oh, we actually get to fight. Do we have to fight? Oh no, there's a different thing entirely. Okay. Wait, what was that thing that just unlocked? I guess it was an EX stage somewhere. I don't see it though. That's okay. What chapter are we on? Here. This one. How many chapters are there? I feel like I'm not anywhere close to being done. In a conference room with a Pandora organization. Styx casually adjusts her hair and makeup in a compact mirror. These people seated around her are still pestering her relentlessly. Oh, that was a different stage, gotcha. Chairwoman Styx, the Alliance representatives have lodged multiple complaints regarding the speech video. Oh wait, we did this already. This isn't the one. Skip. Oh, it's this one. Okay, never mind. Dang, that was a long chapter 13. Okay, so are we controlling Gray? Wait, do we have Gray to control? We do. Interesting. Okay, what are we supposed to do here? Defeat Heb and Brahmid. Wow, normally you're not able to defeat like Naitos that usually show up, that show up immediately. But I guess here we can. Holy crap. Brahmid, yeah, Heb is all the way over here. Certain death? I guess we use Heb to beat her. What is this one? I guess we'll support her. Let's get the BGM in here. Yeah, she's pretty far. I wonder if I should bring my own units. I don't know if that makes a difference here. Let's also maybe... Oh, wait. Okay, here we go. I guess let's get the AT4. I think the AT4 is a debuff. So maybe that'll help just a little bit. And then... I'll use the RF team. Because they seem to be more reliable than my AR team. Sadly. Okay, there we go. What's his status effect? What's his status effect? Hold up. I don't know how to read this status effect. Well, how do I see it? How do I see this? Okay, I guess we gotta do something here. CPR. Yeah, we can control Gray. I can see this. Turn off. Ah, is she the only one that can turn this off? Let me see. Oh no, we can also turn this off ourselves. Nice. Okay, no more debuff, I guess. Oh, there's multiple of these here. Crap. Alright, bring the BGM down. Bring the AT4 down. I guess we're gonna have to go after Brahmid first. What do these guys do? Expand. Okay, so they'll just keep on attacking until they capture everything. I guess we can go that way. I kind of want to go down so we can get this thing. But also, how bad is this anyway? Causes interference to all enemy units within a 2-node distance. What is the interference? So that they will be paralyzed for 1 turn after moving twice. Paralysis renders them immobile and reduces all of their stats. Ah, okay. So you don't want to be caught in there. I see. I guess Gray, maybe since you have infinite everything. let's have you take care of these two. And then the RF team can go this way. I don't remember how to control these. Charge, destroy? What are these things? Thank goodness they gave us manticores. Or a manticore. Dang, that's almost kind of unfair. But then again, she's supposed to be broken here anyway. Dang, whoever this guy here in the middle is, they're very big. I'm guessing that's a medic. Okay. Alright. Oh, geez, are you paralyzed? I hope not. Oh, wait, I think Grace, the only one who's not affected? Oh, no, wait, I think I moved her in this turn. That's why she got paralyzed temporarily. Dang, did they really have to put Heb all the way back there? It's supposed to be a boss fight, but it's gonna be fairly easy as far as boss fights are concerned. Okay. Alright, so we got this to deal with. Everyone is slowly recovering. I am playing on normal, true. I don't really care to do a difficult one right now. Okay, I guess we need to turn this off first. I'm assuming Gray can... Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Cutscene. I'm assuming Gray can die in the hard version. So, yeah. I forget the coalition units have ults. Like an actual cut-in for ults. Okay, turn this off. Do we still have these? We do. We have one more over here. Can our units move to shut it down? I think they should be able to. Alright, which way do you go? I think... Do I want you to fight? We'll probably wrap this up before they get anywhere close to our place, so... Is this the only last one? It could be okay. There we go. I'm assuming this is what killed 416 last time in the previous event. And now it's come back as a mechanic here. Oh crap, Heb's going after the RF team. Gotta get Gray to rush towards there. Oh crap, I should have brought the BGM along. Oh crap, I made this super annoying for myself. Alright, I think we need to bring the BGM. Crap, no. I think my... No, we don't have time to bring the BGM. We're just gonna rush for it. MK5153? I don't believe I do. I don't recognize that name. Just rush. Just rush towards it. Okay, so I guess we have a little bit of shield piercing, at least. But then again, it's not 100% shield, so I guess we're okay. Destroy, charge. I don't know what to use here. Oh, you have no shield, basically. I see. Blank screen? I don't know what happened there. But apparently Heb did something nasty and she blanked the screen out. Oh geez, Sana Part 4. Do I want to know what happened to Sana Part 4? Insufficient dolls. Oh crap. Retire. We're sending the dolls to retirement. Bye-bye. More? No, I think that's it. I had a lot of 3-star and 4-star dolls that I don't use that I was planning to like farm course from a long time ago. Did you have NPC adjutants back in the day? I think they started coming out with them. I think. Okay, can we do this now? Why did I need to clear out my doll inventory to do this? There's no battle here. Alright. Sana File 4. Beep. A surveillance footage starts playing. Who's reading this? You can open your eyes now. Anna. Oh, this is Armin. Huh. Happy birthday, Sana! Wow! Sana stares at the cake in front of her in disbelief. A number 9 candle, lit and flickering, stands atop the tempting sugar glaze. Oh, she's 9 now! It's a birthday cake. Don't tell me you never celebrated your birthday. Hey, it's bad enough you keep bringing this American brat home all the time. Now you're throwing her a birthday party too? Wait, Ramzan and Armis look almost exactly the same. Am I tripping? Oh, this is Anna. She looks very cool. The door is that way. I don't need you to tell me. She's Blue Archive age now. No, I think Blue Archive age is 11 minimum. Bam! Ramzan slams the door on his way out. No one in the room seems surprised. The warm, cozy atmosphere remains undisturbed, somehow, despite that. Why isn't your mom here yet? I've double-checked with Miss Maitner a few times. Miss Maitner? Wait, that Dr. Maitner? Okay, already fishy, kind of stuff happening. It's okay, she probably won't come. Sana is still gazing dreamily at the cake. But it is your birthday today. Mama's been even busier lately. But during my last summer break in primary school, she took me to the botanical garden. Oh wow, she actually spent time? We saw so many beautiful plants. I'm really happy with that. You skipped straight to middle school, you know. That means you lost a bunch of summer and winter breaks. I don't mind. I'm super happy now. I get to see you guys all the time, and my new classmates aren't as mean as the ones in primary school. Do they care that you're American? I guess they don't care as much? They would at least come and borrow my notes or homework every now and then. What was your favorite flower from the botanical garden? Bellium minutum L, whatever the heck that is. Huh? It's usually called the miniature daisy, but Mama says using the Latin name is more accurate. Okay. Mama seems to be a bit of a scientist. What kind of nonsense is your mom teaching you? It's not hard. Bellium means it's from the daisy genus. Metonum literally means it's really small. Oh, minutum. Minutum means it's really small, and L is abbreviation for Carl Linnaeus, a botanist. How is that not hard? How do you even remember that? Alright, come on, make your wish and blow out the candle. Then we can finally cut the cake. Okay. Santa clasps her hands together and closes her eyes as she makes a wish before the cake. That was it? Holy crap, I wish some chapters were that short. Also, I know that was just like a tiny surveillance footage, but I can only imagine what bad things are going to happen to Sana later. Very bad things are going to happen to that girl. Where are we? At the secret underground entrance to Paradise factory. Mordo leads Slapless swiftly through the tunnel, using a secure internal line to contact the squad assigned to her by Nemran. Meet me at ST3 immediately.
Sister Mordo, the ST series tunnel required top-level clearance.
I've already approved your access. Be in position in 2 minutes. Oh, it happened in slow shock already? I see.
Understood.
After ending the call, Mordo executes a complex authentication process at the control center. I don't think it sounds like that, but oh well, I tried. The smooth floor parts open, revealing a small elevator platform. Please mind your step, Lady Laplace. Okay, she still looks the same as before. Right. Supporting Laplace carefully, Mordo presses the button to descend. The ground returns to normal as the platform disappears beneath. Creak, creak. Jess Black Naito. I'm pretty sure I've seen you somewhere before earlier today, but it just says Black Naito. A near crippled Naito sneaks toward the control center, but its severely damaged frame continues to emit sharp metallic screeches. After confirming no one is watching, the Naito links into the control center. Naito spy? Sister Mordo, we are here. Before the elevator platform carrying Mordo and Lapis fully settles, they hear the voice of a waiting Naito. Split into 2 teams and take a vehicle each. One in front and one in back to cover Lady Lapis. Yes, ma'am. I'm surprised she hasn't keeled over. But they do say evil lives a long time for some reason. Maybe I should be evil one of these days. Just to see that. Lapis stares at the surveillance cameras in the underground tunnel. Lady Lapis, is something wrong? Take all ST series tunnel surveillance's camera offline. Yes, ma'am. Once the surveillance system is fully disabled, Lapis turns to Morido. What's the current plan? Lady Lapis, my plan is to pass through the Fossonary conservation area via the ST3 tunnel. Then we'll swap vehicles at the parking lot in the Albrecht Doer Garden and proceed above ground onto, how do you freaking say this? Arstraub? Onto Arstraub, heading for the White Zone. Once we reach the entrance, our contacts in the White Zone will receive us. Going above ground is too risky. Why are we not going via the ST4 tunnel? Because of geological issues in proximity to White Zone military cabling, the ST4 tunnel has been fully repaired. Only a short abandoned stretch remains. I'm not even sure if it's usable. Should I send someone to scout it ahead of time? No need. Stick to your plan. Yes, ma'am. Morido commands the Nitos to form a convoy, then helps Lapis into a vehicle. Car shot. Wow. Lapis gazes coldly out the window at the scenery flashing by, her fingers rhythmically tapping on the communicator. Namron still hasn't called. Not yet. There hasn't been any comms requests from her so far. Should I check in? No need. If she hasn't called, it means the transfer hasn't finished. Got it. Morido focuses on driving when suddenly the vehicle's internal comms crackle to life. What did you find?
Sister Morido, I just received a command from Sister Gray.
Oh no, Gray! You mean the dead Gray? Gray? Her access should have been revoked again.
She said to tell you she's prepared to a surprise for you.
As if to confirm those words, a violent crash erupts ahead in the tunnel. Boom. Well, what's our Gray doing? Then comes a shrill screech of a metal being torn apart. Morido watches in alarm as the ventilation shaft ahead is ripped open. A familiar doll emerges. AK-15, the gorilla with no mercy. She has absolutely no chill. Did that brat finally produce such a low quality replica? You should outspec her, no? Theoretically, yes. But tactically speaking, reactivating Gray was probably the smartest move those rats have made. Gray knows the Paradeus base even better than I do. Open fire. Yes, sister. Without reducing speed, the Nidos shove their gun barrels out the windows and fire at AK-15. Bang! AK-15 nimbly drops down and charges that lead vehicle. Dang, she really is gorilling everything. Crash! Under AK-15's intense firepower, the front vehicle loses control and slams into the tunnel wall. White Nitos crawl out of the overturned vehicle and concentrate their fire on AK-15. Bang! She mad, even madder than before. Morido calmly maneuvers the vehicle to swerve past AK-15, who is currently surrounded, and speeds toward their destination. Pin her down.
Understood.
The sound of gunfire fades behind them. Lapis turns to Morido. The surveillance system is all offline, yet the enemy can still track us. It's clear that information security is now our top priority. Understood. I'm searching for their breach point. Don't bother. Just erase the entire ST series tunnel from the main control system. You hardly need a satellite map down here, do you? Got it. Erasing it will take a bit of time and require privilege elevation. As Mordo accelerates, she begins the process of severing the connection between the tunnel and the system. Oh wow, we get an actual CG? Has Defy engaged Mordo already?
Yes, AK-15 is pursuing the target.
Bang, 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 bang. Amaris hears intense gunfire, along with a sudden roar of revving engines.
Mordo has disconnected the entire tunnel system from main control.
Oh, she just did us a huge favor. Amaris' lips curl into a cruel smile. I'll have Gray cut all powers to the tunnel. Let's give our grand entrance a bit of a dramatic flair. Clang. All lights go out. In the pitch black tunnel, only headlights remain.
Sister Mordo, there seems to be a power failure. Should we stop?
No, keep going.
Yes, sister.
Boom. A loud noise rings out from the vehicle in the back of the convoy. Then comes a thunderous crash. Let me guess, is that the gorilla? Mordo feels a massive impact to the rear of their vehicle and brakes hard.
Sister Mordo, we're under attack.
Well, through the rearview mirror, Mordo sees the figure of a doll emerging in the trailing vehicle's headlights, her hair catching the light. It's the gorilla in her relentless pursuit. I mean, look at her. She's got her main weapon here. She's got a side arm. She's got, I don't know what the heck she's got on the sides. It looks like some hand-propelled rockets. I have no idea. But she's kitted to the tooth, except for her teeth. No way, Defy is caught up.
Sister Mordo, our vehicle won't start.
You distract her. Watch out for other Defy members.
Understood.
Boom. Almost as soon as the words leave her mouth, Mordo watches as the remaining Nidos get taken down. Dang, how strong is AK-15? This vehicle's done. Time for a new plan. Lady Lapis, I'll cover the rear. You keep going. There's an emergency elevator up ahead. It leads to an abandoned castle in the Fascinary Conservation Area. I'll have someone meet you there. Once I shake Defy, I'll regroup with you right away. Alright. Bang. Half opening the door, Mordo fires behind her to cover Lapis' retreat. Under the cover of darkness, Lapis emerges into the shadows, heading forward. Oh, not emerges, merges into the darkness. Why are you strays even here? The entire world's hunting you. You got nowhere else to go? Nowhere's better than dead. AN-94 Crowley pulls the trigger. Bang, 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 bang. Why do we keep putting bang, bang, bangs in the text? We can hear the gunfire. Mordo jumps from the vehicle and gives chase. Swish. She suddenly realizes AN-94 is merely drawing her away from the vehicle. Bam! A heavy blow strikes from behind. Mordo now narrowly dodges, but the close brush with death leaves her drenched in cold sweat. You have to activate them with voice commands, the sound effects. I was too slow. No matter, there'll be plenty more chances. Thud! Something heavy hits the vehicle roof. AK-12 deactivates her cloak and reveals herself. We've been looking forward to finishing the fight that we started at Avernus. If you go down in one hit, we'll be pretty disappointed, Miss Mordo. Mordo glances toward the darkness where Lapis has already vanished. She spreads her hands and shrugs a mild exasperation. The star has already exited. Isn't that your cue to wrap it up? This business of war always comes with a risk. In an unlit, unmonitored tunnel like this, accidents are only natural. Hey now, I've already done as you asked. I got the target to the designated location. Don't tell me you're here to kill the informant too. Wait, what? Mordo is actually helping us? Why? What's in it for her? Oh, wow, AK-12 actually opens her eyes again. But yeah, the glowy eyes are gone now. Kinda sad. That's between you and the commander. Our orders are to clean out Paradeus. And here I thought the commander was someone with mercy and principle. Turns out they're as cold-blooded as the rest. I've done plenty to help their plan. Guess this is what I get for my kindness. Mordo looks at Defy with an exaggerated look of disappointment. Lunacia, I see. Kindness? You? Mordo stands up and unfolds her mechanical limbs as she prepares for battle. Do we get to see it? I guess we don't get to see it. I guess we do get to fight. Oh, there's a new material there that I haven't seen before. Defeat Mordo. It's kind of funny. They use her old face sprite for this one, but that's not her face right now. Equip helicopter ferry. Where is she? And she's right there. What am I supposed to do? Defeat her. She's right there. What do you mean equip helicopter ferry? What do I need her for? Who has the helicopter ferry actually? Helicopter ferry or airdrop? I don't think I have the helicopter ferry. Now that I think about it. Let me see. Can I edit you? Can I edit this? How do I edit from here? Echelon formation right here. Do I have helicopter ferry? I have airdrop ferry. No, I do not have the helicopter ferry. That must be... Oh, parachute is not a helicopter ferry. What the heck are you talking about? Okay, I guess the AR team's gonna take care of this. That's what I had them use. Let's put the BGM over here. I feel like I'm gonna need that regardless. And then AR team. Oh dang, she's running away. Oh dang, she's running away. I see now why you said helicopter ferry. Because she is a dirty, dirty coward. If that's the case. Airdrop right next to her. That is hilarious. You run away, but we just come straight for you. Parachute ferry is like the best thing ever. Wait, where'd she go? Oh, Mordo jumps. I see. Well, she's dead now. And we have all these super tanky Naitos to deal with. And Vector with the Molotov again. Nice. Dang, there's a okay, I spared you from the IDW. I spared you from the shrill of IDW. Okay, where are we now? 21 out of 25. Okay, we're getting closer at least. What's this? Oh no, more Sana. And this is Nell. She is at the end of time. Okay, let's see what happened to Sana now. Alright. There seems to be a lot of Sana files. I wonder how we're choosing to read this. A new segment from Beslan in the year 2050 starts playing. How old would Sana be now here? Just another snowy day in Moscow, or Beslan, wherever that is. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now standing outside Beslan High School number 1, where the terrorist attack took place. It has been 2 days since the tragic event, and as you can see, the school remains sealed off, with nearly all nearby shops still closed. The camera follows the reporter's gestures sweeping across the surroundings. The street is desolate, and the once bustling storefronts are shut tight with like wilted flower buds. Suddenly, the camera zooms in on a single shop that still has its lights on. We've noticed that a pastry shop is still open. Let's take a closer look. Is this about an actual terrorist attack? This is about an actual terrorist attack in the future, so yes, technically speaking. The shaky camera stops in front of the bakery. A face, nervous and uneasy, appears in front of the lens. Is it Sana? Who are you? Hello, I'm a reporter with Central Television of the Neo-Soviet Union, here to follow up on the recent terrorist attack from 2 days ago. Would you be willing to speak with us? I see most of the shops near the school are closed. Is that because of the attack? Yeah, after something that big, who wouldn't be scared? Then why have you chosen to stay open? The shopkeeper's gaze drifts away from the reporter, turning toward the shuttered school in the distance. On the morning of the attack, a little girl in a Beslan High School uniform came in and ordered a cake. Said she'd pick it up after school, paid for it in full. She never came back. No. I'm still waiting for her to pick it up. I'm hoping she survived the attack. Would you mind showing us the cake? Maybe if she or someone in her family sees it on the news, they'll come by to collect it. The shopkeeper gestures toward the refrigerator behind her. This is slow shock exposition. Anna is Anje. She had 2 stepbrothers, Armin and Ramzan. She had a teacher in high school, Maitner, and she was friends with Sana too. Terrorist attack by Russian nationals. Oh, Anna is Anje. Oh, okay. I was a little confused. For a moment there, I thought you said Sana was Anje for some reason. Okay. Okay. I guess I can kind of see a little bit of Anje and Anna. But dang. The camera pans over to the clear glass door. Inside the empty, silent case sits a single, lonesome birthday cake. On the top, 2 little figures are drawn holding hands, walking through a garden of blooming daisies, written on a small chocolate plaque below. Happy birthday, Mama. Love, Sana. That was it. I'm guessing Sana's dead. Outside an abandoned castle in the Fasaneri Conservation Area, Lapis walks towards the handful of Naitos waiting to receive her. Lady Lapis, please come with us to the safe house. Sister Mordo said she'll be arriving shortly. Right. Lapis follows them coolly, utterly oblivious to the eyes that are trailing her. Also oblivious to Mordo, apparently. We fought Sana. She is happy now with us as a coalition unit. Wait, Sana got Naitofied? Dang. Well, I'm guessing that was in a previous event that Sana showed up. I'm kind of sad finding that out here. But technically it happened before, so I guess it makes sense. In the distance, sniper waiting. Through her scope, Amaris clearly sees a figure approaching the castle. Her finger nearly gives in to the urge to pull the trigger, but she knows patience is needed now. This performance is about to reach its climax, so why are we so hell-bent on trying to kill Meitner again? Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles and by opposing end them. Nothing. What was that? Nothing. Castle corridor. Yeah, it was actually nothing. Huh. A white Naito leads Lapis to the door of the safe house. Lady Lapis, we will stand guard outside. If you need anything, please let us know. Sure. Shakespeare? Hamlet? Not sure. I'm not familiar with my Shakespeare outside of Romeo and Juliet. I never actually read Hamlet before. So, yeah. With a cold nod, Lapis steps inside the room. What am I looking at? The moment the door opens, a stench of decay and ruin rushes to meet her. Oh, I guess these are torn cloths? Hold up. Torn cloths, light, blurry. I like the artistic style. It is just very, very hard to see what the heck is in here. Fitting for a castle long abandoned and not unlike what remains of Lapis's life. A long-awaited respite from the dreaded overhead light. Lapis stands by the window. If anyone else were present, they'd surely think this scientist is pondering a new project. But in truth, she's thinking about nothing at all. It's like the final moments of an experiment. All that remains is to wait. Wait for the liquid in the flask to reach its final boil and cool. Wait for the incubation to finish its 2-hour step. Wait for the instrument to do its job and babysit it while it's doing its job, because who knows when that thing is gonna crash. The numbers and steps need no further adjustment. For the result to come, Lapis feels no excitement or joy, only a quiet calm. Even the strongest will is touched by the decay of aging flesh. To enjoy youth while young, and fame and fortune in old age, that is a worldly delight. But those who have broken free of time itself, what drives their joy, their sorrow, their anger? Shot. Thud! Something heavy hits the floor outside the door, one after another. Lapis frowns and glances towards the entrance. Tell me what you see. Nobody opens the door. Only a faint voice reaches her through the wooden panel. Lady Lapis, be careful inside. Lapis snaps back into focus and walks toward the door. It has been locked from the outside. Calmly, she reaches into the inner pocket of her coat. She draws a Browning with only 6 bullets. A Browning? What's a Browning again? That sounds like a machine gun. With only 6 bullets? Then she turns around. In all the long years that Lapis has spent working in the Avernus lab, she had not seen any natural light. There had only been the endless glow of work lamps in the lab. And now, though the sun blazes outside, in here there's only darkness. A human's ears are not as keen as a Nido's. But a human's breath is also not as quiet as a Nido's. That's how Lapis knows. In the darkness across from her lurks a person. Click. From the shadows ahead comes a crisp sound. It's Nell! Oh, it wasn't her. I wasn't expecting her to do this personally. I see. A young woman steps out slowly from the dark, holding a Makarov pistol. A stranger's face, yet Lapis is all too familiar with the way her eyes blaze, with immense hatred and fury that consumes her whole being. Who are you? Lapis can tell right away that the girl has no intent to shoot, at least not immediately. That moment of restraint piques her interest. Martha Maitner, Capita, Lapis. You've ceased to be human. You become a demon. Through and through. Dang, what's this music? How curious. I'd say this transformation has made me more true to myself than ever. Is it loud enough? Hold up, sorry. Let's just bump it up just a tiny little bit. Max it out, actually. Did I miss a dialogue? Those who betray others will in turn be betrayed. I've long prepared for that. In fact, the moment I saw you, I knew it was you that sold me out. But what intrigues me more is, why are you here? After all, it's been so long since I saw a last living human. Gray Blackwell. Do you remember her? Of course. She was the most outstanding of all my juniors. And how did you repay her? By leaving her soul in torment. Torment? I helped her surpass the limits of human physiology at the peak of her achievement, so that she would always remain in her most efficient state. She's the only one. The only advanced Naito untouched by any other human's DNA. She became everything she's dreamed of. An infallible surgical virtuoso. An eternal flower captured at the height of its brilliance. Is that not a blissful existence? Your ideal of bliss is to render her completely brain dead, then defile her corpse with your monster's virtual consciousness design? She once respected you so deeply, looked up to you so much. Back at Johns Hopkins, I once asked her what she wanted. She told me, medicine is a battlefield of black and white. Before the bulldog clamp and blistered knife, surgery was no different from murder. I wish to become the most complete shade of gray on this path. To pit the white of life against the black of death. I made her dream a reality. Now, she is the immortal Lady of Ashes. And what's the cost of this so-called immortality? Countless corpses scream beneath your feet. Can you even sleep at night? Medicine has always been a miracle paved with dead bodies. Since the advent of organ transplants, replacing one's living heart has always meant taking another, and it still does. Medical miracles are humanity's defiance against nature. Oh wait, this is her. Medical miracles are humanity's defiance against nature. And each dead soul is a reminder to every healer that this is not a game, not a joke. This is life, heavy and sacred. The Black Death once wiped out a third of Europe's population. It was thanks to countless medical pioneers who gave their lives that we overcame it. But in the eyes of a devil like you, they're all just a necessary price that you're happy to pay without a second thought. Humans are slaves to what? Humans are slaves to what? to their genes. Okay, I wasn't sure if that's actually what she said. Those who cannot adapt will naturally become the price of progress. And now our genes enter a new era. Then why don't you turn yourself into a Naito? Because a scientist who operates on the fully immune individual must be a pure human. Otherwise, there's a risk of losing control over them. Those beings exert a staggering level of control over non-humans. I've always been racing against time. Geniuses among humans need to be nurtured with time before they find the truth. But once they bloom, there's barely any time left in their lives to truly make use of their insight and experience. So I must maintain extreme focus with that limited time I have to complete this operation. In fact, I'm close to succeeding. No, you're about to fail. You may be right. My choices have always been limited after all. And my successor is not a genius. He's single-handedly taken the chance of success from 90% down to nearly zero. You should drag him to hell with you, instead of continuing to plague the world. Is the successor William? Because why would William's success be zero when we know even all the way in reverse collapse he lives such a long time, unless it's something else. In this factory where practically nothing has been left intact, Gray stands unscathed atop the ruins. Across from her, Brahmin is already on the verge of collapse. She is still upright only because Heb is propping her up. She's not Gray at all. I don't even think she's a Paradeus unit. Not anymore, she's not. Heb casts a rather disdainful glance at Brahmin, who is about to keel over. Gray died long ago. This is just an empty shell, a puppet controlled by someone else. Everything she does now is based entirely on her controller's commands. Can't we sever the link? That's your next task. You'd only drag me down if you stayed on the battlefield anyway. I'll try. Brahmin retreats to the side and starts looking for a weakness in Gray's construct. Meanwhile, Gray casually flicks the blood off her blade and unleashes a new wave of attack on Heb. Heb's movements are as swift and agile as a gale, and her strikes are like needles hit in a storm. Stealthy, fast, and deadly. Gray keeps up with her speed, blocking every attack, but it also means that she's fully caught in Heb's rhythm. At certain moments, something flashes in Heb's eyes, some kind of sigil, but whether due to the shared Paradeus nature or her own timely evasions, the mark never completes its imprint. Strange. Her virtual cognition image is incomplete. It's not a neural cloud either. It's almost like a whole new kind of AI command system. Destroy it. Gray breaks free from Heb's entanglement and charges directly at Brahmin. Boom! Unable to dodge, Brahmin takes the hit head on. Thud. The world spins as she's flung into a corner, slamming into the ground and unable to move for the moment. For the first time, a grave expression crosses Heb's face. This is the first time she has ever had to ask for help. This is beyond my understanding, Nemrin. I see. I'll contact Lady Lapis right away and inform her of this emergency. We cannot possibly resolve this on our own with our current resources. A wider grin spreads across Amaris' face. Can it be like 3rd gen doll in Girls Frontline 2? I don't even know what's going on.
Dr. Maitner, I wonder, after all these years, does your system still have the same flaws?
Alright, G&G, have a good rest. On the live feed transmitted by Defy, Amaris finally sees a central figure of Project Cocoon. A young girl sleeping inside a cocoon-like incubator. Okay.
Link me in.
94 just tried. Their system is incredibly robust. It withstood all of our cyber attacks.
That's exactly why I'm here. What destroyed Aliana was her correspondence to the Lake of Cognition, a place of energy extraction. My correspondence must be this cocoon, the impurity that gathers all energy.
Cocoon is like the true key. It is the true key that's capable of destroying everything. Stevens M520 mentioned that after Irma shut down the Summer Garden, only 2 founders remain, Nadia and Lunacia. She left behind 2 keys. I used one to permanently seal Nadia. So could this be the last one?
Wait, there's another goddess named Nadia? But I guess we never run into her. So it's just Lunacia now.
Unfortunately, it's not. But I figured out the foundation of this design now.
Oh, Nadia's RPK? Oh, so RPK is sealed. I see. So she's alive but trapped. Which means she could show up again eventually.
As a control, the partially immune individual named Nadia had a one-way connection to the Lake of Cognition. That's why she failed and withered. Cocoon is a true vessel in Capita's new design. The successful Lunacia must be able to connect to both Lake and the cocoon. And the Lunacia here has already emerged from her cocoon as a butterfly. What's left is just redundant data.
So the key that Irma left behind is now useless?
Not at all. We're racing against time. The passage hasn't been fully opened yet. We can still use this cocoon shell for something. After all, I'm the child of the moon, a gift of divine blessing. Capita, I'm truly grateful. Thank you for giving me this gift.
Where are we? She steps into her own neural space, which is now emptied of all things.
Never thought this place would ever come in useful again. Aliana, in those final moments within the Lake of Cognition, what were you thinking? Did you finally figure out what you did wrong? Forget it. You'd never be able to puzzle it out. So be it. I'll never forgive you. And don't you can save your excuses.
Don't and you don't can? What I think there's either a miswording here or it's something else I'm not reading right. Maybe it's like you can save your excuses, I guess. Let's see, let me lower down just a tiny bit. She gently opens a door and reveals a floor bathed in brilliant blue moonlight. Heb's attacks increase in both speed and frequency. Clang. Gray's blade barely catches Heb's sudden strike.
Sister Heb.
Brahma struggles to her feet, only to collapse again. Heb wants to respond, but her face contorts in horror. Sensing opportunity, Gray charges again. Boom! Whoever's controlling Gray right now must be really, really good at fighting games, because that's kind of what this is at the moment. A black figure dashes in from Heb's blind spot, ramming into her with full force and pushing her out of harm's way. It's Mordo. But she doesn't seem to be faring very well herself.
Why did you come back? Where's Lady Lapis?
Oh dang, this is what Mordo looks like when she's gone What, when she's transformed? What's going on here? She's got wings. She's got wings. She's got claws. Her thighs are still somehow thick. I don't know how that's possible. And I don't quite understand what's behind her. I'm guessing also more claws. She's very claw-coated. Claw. Very claw-coated. We'll talk later. Mordo deploys her mechanical limbs and picks up both Brahmed and Heb. Then she vanishes. Should I pursue? Waiting orders. Oh, she can actually speak. Oh, okay. So I guess Amaris is the one controlling Gray right now. Or I guess Gray is on autopilot, but really, really good autopilot. No need. Your mission is complete. Return to base.
Understood.
After purging the redundant data in the cocoon, Amaris gazes into the radiant daylight. She sighs sentimentally. Long words, hard to say. Such beautiful weather. And it's almost the most beautiful time of day. Dusk. Fleeting. Ephemeral dusk. Ephemeral dusk. Without a care for the doll's hope for dusk to linger, night falls. Capita, I'm here. And then we're back to Gray and Nell. I understand why you've come. But as your senior, would you allow me to leave a few words for my successor on this project? Eavesdropping on his comms shouldn't do you any harm. I'd be delighted to hear Satan's confession. Then I'm afraid you'll be disappointed. Lapis sets down her Browning. Oh wow, she just gives up like that? She picks up the communicator from the table. Click. A comms request that usually takes ages to be answered goes through almost instantly today.
Professor, calling to give your last will and testament.
Namran has taken over the escort mission herself. The subject should have reached the white zone by now. Sections 1.59 to 20.01 of Avernus Sea Hella are largely complete. Remember to keep the temperature at around 25 degrees Celsius and humidity at 40%. There are 5 days left in the surgical window. Make sure not to waste it.
Don't worry. I understand this part far better than you think. In fact, there is a lot that you don't know, for example. Do you know who wants you dead?
I know it's you.
Want to know why?
It doesn't matter. As long as you follow my instructions and finish the work.
This operation will only go perfectly without you.
You'd better stick precisely to my logs and annotations. William, your talent and ability aren't enough to reach a perfect outcome.
Is that so? Yet my fame and accomplishments will far surpass yours.
And will they ever?
I will surpass you and all your so-called rivals. This final, most important surgery can only be completed by me and me alone.
I hope you get what you want. I wish the same for myself. Though now, I'm a little concerned.
You don't have any more time to be concerned. I'll let you wrap it up.
Sure. Hubei lived and died in obscurity, and you'll achieve worldwide renown. But in the field of scientific research, you can't even hold a candle to Persica, let alone me or Shaw. How did Lunacia end up with such a foolish brother like you?
Click. William hangs up the call. Lapis turns again to the girl pointing a gun at her.
Any last words? Little girl, your hands are shaking. You've never killed before, have you? You're nothing like my other student. Firing at this range, I can kill you even if my hands are shaking.
Lapis ignores a threat to her own life and holds out the comms tablet in front of her, which shows the data that Heb has sent to her.
Did you create this gray?
Lapis looks up and takes a good long look at the girl. Then she sees the badge on Nell's chest. She smiles knowingly.
You're her student. That badge, she and I designed it together. She liked giving it to her protégés. You're not worthy to mention her name. As a believer in science, I never took stock in religious concepts. But your appearance now makes me believe in karma. To think the one who will inherit my legacy is you.
Nell's eyes widen in disbelief.
What nonsense are you talking about? Genius is a fusion of talent and passion. Gaining knowledge of what you seek is pleasure in itself. Admit it. When you dissected Gray, you gained knowledge and joy. Well, my creation is excellent, isn't it? I'm glad, because it turns out you are my true successor. Compared to Gray or William, you're more like me. No, I was driven only by hatred. I didn't gain anything. What's the difference between a med student and a serial killer? Little girl, the answer is, there's no difference. The adrenaline and endorphins bring them the same joy. Lapis, I'm nothing like you. Maybe I did pursue the unknown in the past. I thought I'd be thrilled when I made a breakthrough. But when I came face to face with your monstrous Nitos, all I felt was pain and disgust. Lapis, you betrayed the Hippocratic Oath.
I don't think she was ever a doctor.
That's the one thing I never betrayed.
Lapis tosses the tablet aside.
Gray was right. Family legacy, resource allocation, none of it matters. Before true talent and passion, those things are meaningless. Whether you admit it or not, you're my best student.
Nell breaks down and shouts.
No, you're not my teacher. You're not worthy of being my teacher. My only teacher is Gray. Knowledge is a curse. Talent is a curse. One day you'll admit, what you inherited from me is what you've been pursuing your whole life. The passcode to the Hela project logs is...
She doesn't care. Okay. Nell can't fight the urge anymore. She fires. No aim, no precision, just pure rage. Aimed at the source of her fury. This woman who is now spewing nothing but madness. The senior once admired so deeply by her mentor. This bastard. She has to die. I wonder if we'll see Nell again. She must die. Go to hell! I do not know what this means. Oh, I guess it is a passcode. SFD SCG BWQ E1345. Somehow she was able to spew that before she dies. Lapis collapses into a pool of her own blood, life draining rapidly from her body. But she still struggles to speak her final words.
To me, legacy is immortality. Now, I am finally alive. Whoosh. Amaris pushes open the window and vaults in from the rooftop. She steps over Lapis' corpse, walks up to Nell, and gently pries the gun from her hand. It's over now. Amaris, I'm sorry. This was your mission. I shouldn't have pulled the trigger. I was too selfish. I was right outside. Why? Nell, we're different. You wanted an explanation. I only wanted an outcome. Only when you expect something from someone do you want to hear their explanation. Maybe it's in your subconscious. You thought the senior, respected so deeply by Professor Gray, would give you some noble excuse that justifies her actions. One that would let you find closure, let you believe she was worthy of Gray's respect. That's why I never wanted to hear explanation. Because if I did, I might start to believe that she really was my mother. That kind of mother. And that she would put me in a great deal of pain. Nell stares blankly at the window. Heavy, dark curtains block out even the faintest light. What time is it now? It's night. The forecast says there's no sun tomorrow. But day has already broken. With daybreak comes a new day.
Okay, hold up. I know we're almost done, but my water is out and I need to refill. So be right back. Water break, stretch a little bit. We are gonna wrap this up pretty darn soon. Okay. Okay, I am back. I got my water. Took a little bit of a stretch. You guys did too. We are 23 out of 25. Man, I don't know what else is left here, but oh, Jay. We got Jay. But yeah, it seems I don't know much about Lapis other than what we got from this event. But I guess a big player in Paradeus is now dead. So, I mean, she was kind of at the end of her life anyway, so I guess it was gonna happen. But I am very curious of what's gonna happen to Nell and Amaris. I feel like Amaris might show up again in Girls Frontline 2. It will be interesting anyway. But Nell specifically, I want to see what if she comes back. It would be interesting to see what she's up to. Hopefully now with Paradeus, that would just be bad. Or hopefully she doesn't have like a whole army of Naitos now that she's taking care for us. I guess we'll see what happens. Anyway, let's continue. Wow, we get a Nell icon. Hardcore. And we see Jay again. Oh, I guess we're still doing... Oh, no, this is different. I thought Gray was still fighting. Right, Gray backed out. Are you happy you read this event? I think it's interesting. I will say again, though, that I am extremely lost with regards to previous events. And so I'm more approaching this in the frame of, you know what, this is an interesting event. I don't know if happy is the correct word for this, but I find it intriguing. But that's not a huge bar for me, so yeah. I am kind of curious about how, if any of this is gonna come back in Girls Frontline 2. Specifically, Girls Frontline 2, if any of this comes back. Because the huge difference that I see in Girls Frontline 1 and Girls Frontline 2, especially after a certain point, is that I think early game Girls Frontline 1, you have a lot of focus on the dolls and what they do on missions because they were mainly dealing with all that kind of stuff. I think as soon as we run into the military and after the military, what do you call this? Then we get to the nitty-gritty political stuff and all this stuff with what do you call this? With Paradeus, and this whole conspiracy just starts unraveling over many events. So you don't even see the dolls front and center there anymore. It's about everything else, and the dolls are just kind of there. Technically speaking, the dolls are just kind of there, and they provide a backstory through all the stuff that's happening. Girls Frontline 2 right now is just technically getting started. Keep in mind, it took a really long time for Girls Frontline 1 to even get to this point. Like what, 9-10 years? I don't think it's quite that long, but almost that long. So hopefully it doesn't take quite that long for Girls Frontline 2, but hopefully it ramps up sooner rather than later. But first things first, the commander needs to get his crew back, and slowly that's happening. But also keep in mind, Girls Frontline 2 is supposed to be what do you call this? A little bit more accessible to new people, but at the same time, we do need that encyclopedia for keywords and events in the past. They did it for Reverse Collapse. I think they did it also for Neural Cloud. Excuse me. And I'm surprised they didn't do it for Girls Frontline 2 at the start. So, not exactly sure what's going on yet. But yeah, I think once we get through getting the AR team back, or what's left of the AR team back, and Defy and all that other stuff, then maybe things will start rolling again. Just all we can do is wait. Trust in the plan. Yuzong is manning the helm. Just trust the plan. It'll get there eventually. It'll just be a little bit slow. Alright, anyway, let's continue and finish this off. Inside the industrial park, Offenbach district. Whoosh whoosh. On the desolate street, several news vans speed past, all heading in the same direction. Dang, paparazzi already. Screech! After bringing their vans to a crisp halt, the reporters quickly disembarked to secure the best filming spots. Almost simultaneously, over a dozen uniformed Stasi agents begin moving in and out of a factory, carrying out sealed crates and placing them right within the camera's line of sight. Oh, these are the Yaosu bombs? Everything is perfectly timed, like the opening scene of a meticulous stage play. I am now standing inside the Offenbach Industrial Park. Behind me is a factory that has been closed for several months due to poor management. Before its shutdown, this factory mainly produced electric wheelchairs and other rehabilitation equipment. According to sources, the production line was reactivated a few days ago, but this time what's coming off the belts isn't medical gear, but devastating weapons. Gotta make a sensationalist. The camera shifts to where the reporter is pointing, sealed crates being hauled out by the agents. The Stasi has now shut down this factory, along with seven others in the Offenbach Industrial Park, on charges of illegal manufacture of explosives, endangering public safety, and treason. All these factories were secretly producing a weapon known as Iyasu's box. I think that's supposed to be top secret. There is concrete evidence linking this weapon to the Berlin bombing months ago, as well as a recent series of explosions in Frankfurt. According to a Stasi spokesperson, the factory manager is already in custody. Interrogation is underway. We will continue to follow the story closely. All of a sudden, a commotion erupts behind the reporter, an uproar from the gathered crowd. The camera immediately follows. Inside the distant factory, several medics emerge carrying a stretcher. A man lies on it, his face covered. From the blood dripping from his limp arm, it is clear that he has suffered horrific abuse. What is going on? Bang! The car door slams shut, cutting off the reporters clamoring. Oh, it's Q. Q casts a cold glance at the motionless man on the stretcher. As the vehicle starts, the stretcher begins to jolt slightly. How long are you planning to keep this act? Is it Jay? Swish! The man on the stretcher sits up, yanking off the cover from his face and disgustingly wipes away the fake blood on his arm. Oh, it's Jay! Well, welcome back, I guess. How did you... I guess you were let go? Because you wouldn't make it this far otherwise. Verdammt nochmal! What took you so long to get me out? Do you have any idea what I've been through these past days? Q takes a sip from the now cold coffee in hand with a frown. Just be grateful. Nobody has any plans to rescue you. If the commander hadn't come up with a perfect plan, the next agent codenamed Jay would have already started the job. I feel like Jay... I don't remember what Jay did before, but I feel like Jay seems to be the most unlucky Stasi ever. Am I wrong? I get that feeling for some reason. But for some reason, we keep him around. Right now, don't forget to send one last message to Frau Nell, who's been looking after you. That was her looking after him? Frau Nell who? Luckier than Light. Which one was Light? Oh yeah, his senpai, I guess. Yeah, he's gone. Maybe try polishing up your terrible acting. Once we're back at HQ, all your personal contact channels are getting deleted. Wasn't I getting a commendation? That was all for show. You really bought into it, Hero Agent J? Jay snatches a new communicator from Q with a scowl. Hey, we're back on the Elmo. Dang, this always throws me back. The commander receives receives intelligence transmitted back to the Task Force Defy. From Task Force Defy.
We've acquired complete intel on the new Naito. Her codename is Heb. Also bad news. Aside from this Heb, there's another high-level Naito lurking in Frankfurt. No specifics yet.
Almost there. Once we have intel on her, we can prepare for the final sweep. Just as the communicator is put down, it rings again. AR-18 brings over another cup of coffee. So it was AR-18 making the coffee before Groza was. Dang. Commander, it's a call from Mr. Kruger. Oh wait, is he still in jail? Kruger? The commander picks up at once. Mr. Kruger?
Yes, it's me.
Finally, a call from you. Does this mean you and Helene are safe?
Yes, we've been released.
That's great news.
The Earl told me you and the Stasi took down Paradis Project Cocoon.
Yes, their leader Lapis has been eliminated. Only William remains.
Commander, we're so proud of you.
I can't do Kruger's voice justice. I can't do that growly deep voice, but I'll do what I can do. Once we finish off William and the remnants of Paradis, I'll come get you both home.
Home. Let's rebuild Griffin together, Commander.
Griffin was rebuilt, but not in the same way, sadly.
Even though the fire of the base burned for days, leaving almost nothing of the surface buildings. The good news is that I'm finally burned out. It's a perfect time to rebuild. Now we can construct the new Griffin base exactly how we envisioned it. Commander, I want to invite you to join us, not as an employee, but as family.
Number one, guys, never accept a contract from anyone who claims that employees are family. That's a huge red flag. I know this is Kruger and all, and we consider him dad in a way, but still, I don't like the way he phrased that. Looking out at the silent night, the commander feels a calm unlike anything before. Nothing would make me happier, Mr. Kruger. Are we wrapping up already? Click. Q walks into Rami's office. I feel like Rami was starting up something in the middle of this event, but it never really went much of anywhere that I could tell, unless I misunderstood that. The moment she enters, a cup of coffee is now shoved into her hand. Congratulations, Agent Q. Another impressive achievement. This cup's on the director. Thanks, ma'am. Finally got you to buy me a coffee. Help yourself to as much as you like, but about that vacation, I'm afraid you'll have to wait. Don't worry, I know the drill. Q hands over a neatly prepared report to Rami. This operation sees a large batch of Paradis products, including components, weapons, and Iyaso's boxes. A detailed inventory is attached. We've also secured all production lines of the Iyaso's box. Some were damaged. The condition of each line is listed in detail. And before Q can finish, Rami removes the paperclip and pulls out a few pages, laying them on the desk. Q glances at them. It's the report on Paradis' top secret lab, codenamed Cherry Orchard. Hoffman, who has been standing off to the side, casually takes the pages and feeds them into the shredder. What? Ma'am, do these need editing or... Make no mention of them. I see. Stasi has now Iyaso Box's production. What the heck is the Stasi trying to do? I thought we could trust these guys. Is it actually not the case? Rami hands the rest of the report back to Q.
Someone else will take over from here.
Okay. Nemran pushes open the office door. Welcome to the office of the chairman of the Socialist Unity Party. How? The secretary's eyes widen. Why are you here? The chairman.
Relax. I came through the secret passage and didn't come across anyone. I've already overridden all surveillance on the way up. No time for explanations now. I need to see the chairman immediately.
Chairman Oberstein isn't in at the moment. Kinda traders for URNS and Griffin? The Stasi? What is Stasi even trying to do? After a brief moment of silence, Nemran slowly sits down on the couch in the guest area.
Tell him Lapis is dead.
Okay, is this the last one? I guess this is the last. Oh, wait, hold up. I thought Carter died a long time. I thought Carter died a long time ago. Wait, why is he still here? Huh? What is this? Iceland. Okay, so this is the last one. Why is Carter here? And now with the news. Good afternoon. It is currently 12:30 Frankfurt time on November 15th. Welcome to the news. The major illegal arms trafficking case involving weapons known as the Yazos boxes has officially concluded. The scope of the case spans across multiple cities, including Berlin and Frankfurt. Authorities have confirmed the mastermind behind the operation to be Carter Petrovich how do you say this? Neustadt, a former member of the Neo-Soviet Army General Staff and Chief of Staff of an army group. The organization behind him operated under multiple false identities, establishing factories within our borders to illegally manufacture weapons and colluding with certain customs officials to smuggle them out. This group had allegedly been planning to use the weapons to launch an armed coup against Moscow. What's new? What's new? The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has urgently contacted neo-Soviet authorities and reached a consensus. Any conspiracy against that threatens peace must be crushed. Relevant departments have already begun the investigation and shutdown of these illegal weapons factories, and all confiscated weapons will be destroyed. Meanwhile, an internal investigation into the customs officials involved has been initiated by the police. Yesterday, the public prosecutor's office placed Carter Neustadt on Interpol's wanted list and issued a red notice for his arrest. We call on the public to actively provide any leads to local law enforcement. Submissions can be sent to the following email address. I try to speed that up reporter style, but I guess I don't think I've actually seen animation in the background of this game before, other than the snow. But missiles, that's a little bit. Oh, geez, that's. Well, we got fire in Frankfurt. So where's my survived Frankfurt badge? I guess there's still one more event before we can claim that. The shrill and abrupt sound of a defense alarm pierces the quiet night of Frankfurt. We interrupt this broadcast to declare a national state of emergency. In accordance with government directives, we are now transmitting through the emergency alert system. 3 mechanical alarm tones echo with a growing sense of foreboding. This is an emergency action notification. All broadcasting stations and cable systems must now transmit an emergency action notification. This is UFG Broadcasting. We will continue to serve the Frankfurt area. If you are not in this region, please tune in to your local news and emergency broadcast provider. You are now listening to the Frankfurt Regional Emergency Alert System. Do not use your communications unless necessary. Please keep your communication channels open for emergency use. A man repeats the message. After a brief pause, a woman continues the broadcast.
Good evening. By By the authority of General Government Grob, Supreme Leader of the German Democratic Republic, I have been granted permission to deliver the following statement. Due to an unidentified enemy airstrike, the entire city of Frankfurt is now under a state of high alert. The air raid sirens have been activated. All citizens hearing this broadcast or the sirens must immediately seek shelter in the nearest underground air defense bunker, civil defense structure, or bomb shelter. A piercing, prolonged air raid siren howls above Frankfurt, then suddenly...
Boom. Okay, I heard several booms, not one gigantic boom. And I think it's looping. Okay, you can stop. Okay, you can stop looping now. Countless explosions erupt, heralding the beginning of a catastrophe. Is this how we end this event? With a bang? Oh wow, we really did. Wow. Literally ending with a bang. I don't know what to think about that. So what did we get from this event? Paraday is crippled yet again. Don't know much about Lapis, but she's dead now, and William is officially in control. Stasi being very sneaky and doing things Stasi probably shouldn't be doing for who knows what reason. Nell. Hopefully we'll see her again. And the rest of the dolls and the commander, well, we got the Elmo back, so I guess that's a good thing. I don't know what else to take from that. I don't know what happened to Nell's friend. I think Nell's friend is still okay. So, yeah, I don't know when the next event's gonna come by, but I'm pretty sure the community, the Girls Frontline community, is waiting on edge for that. And I know some people who played CN already know the story, but you know, the rest of Global is still waiting on that. So we'll see when we get there, I suppose. Lunacia is crazy? Yeah, what's new? What's new? Lunacia was crazy before. She's even crazier now in a different way, but still crazy. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. But yeah, interesting event. Kind of interesting to see how this shapes up right before the final major event. I guess technically it's not the final one, but the final for the story, and then there's the epilogue afterwards, or maybe several epilogues afterwards. We'll see. Now, I can't promise I'll go back to every single Girls Frontline 1 event. But I might do the final one just for, what do you call this? I might do the final one just for completeness, if I can do that. It depends on when it comes out. But if there's a few events I do want to read for stream here, it might be events. It might be a couple of collab events. A couple of collab events seemed interesting to try to read for stream, so maybe we'll see. But the thing is, the collab events I don't think are anywhere in the game itself, so I'm gonna have to like get the reader for that one. And you know, the reader is available to everyone, but still, I think it might just be interesting to do. I might read it in my own time, but also I could just probably read it on stream. I'll see, we'll see. But next week we'll be back with Girls Frontline 2. I think there's going to be a new event, Girls Frontline 2. I don't want to say that prematurely, but usually new character, new event. One's ending, another one's coming. I don't think I know anything about it, so we'll see what happens. And yeah, I have been addicted to rats since yesterday. So there's going to be a slight change in schedule next week. It shouldn't affect Blue Archive or Girls Frontline 2. But there's going to be a few things moving around. I don't know. I kind of want to stream tomorrow also. I want to stream rats tomorrow. But I should take a day break for myself and then stream on a normal day. I do have the waiting room for the next rat stream. I might adjust the time. I'm still debating on it, but I do have a time set for it. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed yesterday's rat stream, then there's another one coming until I'm satisfied with it. And I'll have hopefully the what do you call it? I'll hopefully have the waiting rooms for the rest of the week up tomorrow. We'll see. We're gonna be idol managers in the new event. Interesting. I want to see how they spin that into a conspiracy, because usually they like doing that. So we'll see. I will reveal my plans for Girls Frontline 2, what I do in Girls Frontline 2 next time, when everyone else is here. So we'll see. Okay, that's gonna do it for me, guys. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for listening. I know this is quite a bit different from the more relaxed, even tense but relaxed nature of Girls Frontline 2. But I hope you guys enjoyed this throwback for this past couple of weeks. And well, I'll see you next time whenever you decide to drop by. Alright everyone, have a good rest of your day. Bye bye.